That's what it does.
Okay, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Way to go, Jen.
How do you want us to tackle this? Start from the beginning,
A very good place to start.
okay? We don't need any of the beginning ordinances. Lauren, we didn't go through this beginning ordinance. Does anybody have this?
The 600 one?
Yeah, 656.
Is that where you want to start, or do you want to start in chapter 1?
Well, I'm just like flipping through everything, I'm like, was this something we needed to review?
That's, everything with the ordinances was, all of the individual ordinances, my understanding is that's been passed since we discussed this codification. And so since they'd already been passed, I was just going to, once we got the rest of the code ready to go, send it on to Larry Kleeman, so that way he would be able to incorporate them as they stood. I mean, I don't know that we necessarily need to revisit the
And
ord,
this was the one on the fees, so,
yeah,
yeah.
I wouldn't.
That was just recent.
Unless you wanna up them again.
I don't know what this was, okay. Article 1, who had Article 1?
I did.
You want to go through what corrections, changes, what you think we need to,
I don't know, somebody mentioned about something about the. So,
about the,
have these all been updated that we sent in? To Lila,
What do you mean?
no,
when she requested them here?
I don't think so. I think we just got what's been in draft form from Ransom, and then you guys have made your corrections, questions, whatever you have.
So we don't have notes, like the notes that were sent into Lila?
You know,
No.
because we would have had Kale and Dara's notes.
Yeah,
right?
she didn't include them in this. She just included what was sent from.
So we don't have any notes on what we'd sent in.
And so did anybody bring their notes tonight?
I didn't.
Brought my book.
I thought,
I love that, thank you.
You know, brought my book too.
Do you know, did she have email, did you guys, okay, so, not, did you guys email those to her?
Yeah.
Like, did y'all scan them in, or what'd you do? Did you send an email with just,
scanned in whatever corrections we were gonna make on them.
did she say anything about those emails?
She took them out of this and had us just print these.
So we probably need those, don't we?
I,
I honestly, guys, I mean, I'll just be frank, Jamie and I are new at this. I
Yeah.
wasn't involved in this today because I had other stuff to do, so I'm trying to figure out the easiest way. Do you know, did she save those somewhere as documents that we could
I
print
believe
screen?
they're on the drive somewhere.
Did
We
you
could at
guys,
least get whoever has whatever chapters printed, who
Do you-
doesn't have their copies.
do you recall, did she set up a new folder that made on a server, like a folder that's new code book or something? Cause I can go print those. I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
Is that what she did?
I think so.
Okay, I will go look for those.
I just know that she had us take these out and put them in separate.
So this is just the draft, not with anybody's corrections.
Right.
and nobody
Can-
has their
If,
reflections.
if you find that, can you email that to me rather than printing me a copy? I mean, I guess if I have to do it on paper, I can.
No, I should be able to. Just carry on, 'cause it might
I really
take
don't
me
have
a
anything
while.
for chapter one. I think somebody mentioned something about the clerk, but I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that would be a question for Jen, who just walked out. 'Cause I can't remember either, like, there was something that, I guess I'll sit here where you are, we're waiting. Definitions.
She's gonna run down and get them printed. She can run off her receipt.
Okay, do you remember we talked about something with the hiring of the city clerk that we need to modify in chapter one?
I don't remember specifically talking about, was it,
There's something with the,
just the city clerk? I will say, did you decide that you maybe wanna do appointments at the second meeting in January?
yes.
So that is in 1-301.
Are we making notes on these?
Yes.
Second one? Is that what it
The
is?
second regular meeting. It looks like you can take out chief of police, unless you wanna keep that in there in case.
Isn't the sheriff the acting city?
No, that's a contract,
Yeah, it's contracted.
I believe we had discussed this prior, that rather than going through the code and removing either police officer or chief of police from every ordinance where it occurs, we were going to have an ordinance in there that stated, when applicable, chief of police shall be the law enforcement officer contracted by the city under a valid written agreement. I believe we discussed that, so we didn't have to go through, and this is me reaching way back into my memory from when I was going through it. But I believe we had discussed that that way, if we ever did go back to having a police force, we would not have to rechange the code, and we would just have a statement in there. But that was gonna be a decision that was made.
There's quite a few of them in there that has,
Right,
yeah,
right.
quite a few. That's
Right.
On category 2 or.
And the thing is that if we ever either need to reestablish a police force or lose our contract with the sheriff, if we pull out every reference of police, we're gonna have to go through and put back in every reference of police.
We just put an amendment in there stating that that would be
Right, just a,
just a small amendment.
mhm. I believe we were going to insert the language in 1-313 under chief of police,
Okay.
if the council's okay with that.
So you can get that added in then?
I just hadn't done it yet because I didn't know if that was the decision the council was going to make. I think it's the most prudent decision, but it's, again, up to the council. I can't change
I'd say
anything.
keep chief police in there myself, just because
Just keep it
if
in
you look
there.
back and say, well, this is what we, as a guide, would like to put out. Nothing else.
Keep it in there and just make reference that.
If applicable.
Yep.
Are the bond amounts enough? Just curious. What do you have in mind? Do you have a question? Wanda, I'm curious. Just the amounts that they're bonded, the different things they're bonded for.
Sorry, but what page?
Thank you.
Oh, 19, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I said 1-403, but yeah, 19.
Yeah, I suppose if that's what you guys always had it, I don't know what it is.
I just didn't know if,
I think that that's something that you guys, I mean, that's bonded at $25,000, I don't know.
I just didn't know if those ever increased or need to increase.
Never
Do you
talked
know?
about it.
I don't know that we've talked about it. I can,
Wonder if that would be a good question, for Fruins, they could reach out to where we pay for our bonds, just to see if that's a normal amount, or,
Or even in the lake, maybe even see what other cities bond their employees, just to see if we're,
as far as statutorily, I mean, as far as what is required, that is sufficient.
okay, that's what I just didn't know.
Yep.
And
And
then-
I don't know if it would be, it is sufficient, I don't know if it would be prudent to increase it.
Yeah. David found was minimum threshold for first class was 50,000, but smaller third-class cities generally set the amount based on the maximum amount of money likely to be in the treasurer's possession, ensuring it covers potential risks. Typical amounts are 10 to 50,000. I mean, if you're talking the maximum amount of money.
Well, here, so I guess something to consider is, even though that money's available, it's gonna take 3 signatures on a check. I mean, I can't just like go, even if I have to transfer money back and forth, I typically have to go get I mean, they have to figure out how to, 2 more people to say it's okay to transfer money, so if it's statutorily, that is a good amount, I would say it's probably good
Yeah.
because of our safeguards in here with 3 signatures on a check.
Unless somebody pays you a large amount of cash.
Oh my God, let's not even talk about that. 2 times in a year, what in the heck?
That would be the only time that you maybe want to make sure you cover,
And if we're getting more than $25,000 in cash,
which, and I don't know, yeah,
I mean,
we probably won't get that much cash. Well, see, the clerk of the municipal court's only 5,000, Jen.
do
So,
that.
so the clerk of the municipal court's only 5,000, so technically,
So you're golden
we
there.
wouldn't cover ourselves with what Wyatt had to take to the bank.
Oh, that day,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I could have taken it, I guess. I was trying to leave.
Oh, assistant city clerk, 25, we're good.
So
Let's see,
see,
do
I'm,
you have anything
so,
else? I don't remember what we were talking about.
I don't remember unless it was something in the personnel policy maybe. Cause I've read through that and I don't know.
Unless would it be in a different? Maybe. Justin, did you have anything else, or do you wanna
Did
wait
not,
till you get
no.
your notes?
I don't have anything on it, no, doesn't know what you're saying.
We didn't enter it, that's not that.
I thought you could do it,
What's that?
the night watchman.
I'll do that when you do start, and I ain't gonna let you get out of the weekend.
Maybe they could check the bedpans at the trailer cans.
I won't do it no more.
I did not bring my copy of my notes, did I? Does anybody have
That
it?
could be like / ordinance officer.
Yeah. If we can hire a night watchman.
Heck, we can get that Crown Vic going, I'll be one. I cruise around town once in a while.
I know one spot you could probably park to at least keep you awake with some entertainment through the night. Does anybody have any questions on chapter 1? Do you see anything that? You guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah, so move on to chapter 2. Bud, do you have your notes? Do you have your notes for chapter 2?
Oh, for chapter 2, oh, part of it was what she was talking about, the chief of police, and the magistrate judge. And, really, except for what we had talked about on changing, the fees,
Yeah.
and which is really not in here much. Main thing was just the wording of who's enforcing and who's, chief of police.
Do we wanna add on the keeping of chickens, that the chicken coops must comply with building code, since we have that issue come up,
That was something we need.
I think that's a great idea.
right? Any thoughts on adding the ducks, since we know we've had that problem? I know we decided not to add ducks, but
Got the ducks.
add the ducks. Anybody else have problems with ducks? We already have.
Same thing as a chicken.
Yeah.
How about stock opinion. Solid waste accumulation in the stockyard?
Oh, with
Yeah.
the waste, do we wanna address that?
Don't worry.
I'm on chickens.
want ducks?
Where's the ducks at?
Are you on stockyards?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm on stockyard, she's on.
But let's go back to chickens. So we're gonna add ducks to chickens. And we're going to add that the chicken coops must comply with the building code. And Dan was just asking,
3 foot off the property then, like in one building, or do you?
what do you guys think with that 10 foot off each? I mean, that's, by the time you get 10 foot off each side, like Dan said, if you got a 25-foot lot, you're in the middle
Yeah, I
of
think
your
that's-
yard. Should we change that to 3 foot?
I think as long as it's below the fence too, I think. Okay. Myself, chicken coop,
Well, if we say it has to be behind the house,
yeah.
you really shouldn't be, unless your house is on the side, within 3 foot.
You probably ought to make it standard regardless if they currently own the property next to them or not, because they may not always own the property next to them. So you probably ought to just have some standardized, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, please repeat that.
Well, we ran into a case the other night that they
Both
didn't have it, I think,
properties,
10 feet
so-
off, but they own the property next to them, so they own next, so we were able to let it go because they own that property, but I'm thinking going forward, we probably ought to make it just a standardized measurement, because even if they own the property next to them now, they may not always own that property, they may sell it. So,
But if we comply
one
with the
could
building.
one could sell half a lot. I mean, that you could have it in the middle of it and one could sell half a lot.
If we make it comply with the building code, you would have to have it 3 foot instead of the 10
And
foot.
that, yeah,
Right.
So is everybody okay with that?
yeah.
Just 10 foot seems, other than I get if you have a neighbor
Three,
that has.
3 foot gives
dogs.
cleaning area, so,
You're talking 3 foot from the sideline lines.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it, 25 from the street?
Yeah, there's 25 foot setback.
It has to be behind the house.
It has to be behind
It
the
has to be
house.
behind the house and it has to be
Okay.
3 foot off the side.
And I don't know if you need the 5 foot from the back
behind
wall.
the back of the house or behind the front of the house? Behind the back of the house or the front of the house?
It has to be behind the house. Can't be from the front facing.
It's a lot of, like putting another shed up, you gotta stay behind the front of the house or
Yeah.
line
Right.
with it.
Yeah.
But the chicken coops have to be behind. They have to be in
It'd
the
be
back
3
there.
foot off both property lines,
Right.
each side.
And 5 from the,
And then it says 5 from the alley, but I don't know if we need that either,
I
cause we
don't-
allow people to build.
You would think
almost
you'd
on the
wanna,
right of way.
yeah, I was gonna say,
you'd want it, yeah,
just take 5 foot out.
Yeah,
I mean,
just comply with building code. I
that's
mean, that, if we just put comply with building code,
That would put
that,
the
I mean,
3
that,
foot
that,
in.
it'd be
we,
3 foot and it wouldn't, just off the right of way, right, in the back?
right.
I'm asking, I read the building code.
I was gonna say,
My
isn't that,
chapter,
I was
like,
gonna say,
I
isn't
don't recall anything from the,
isn't
I don't, I was too hung up on the, cleaning the bedpans at trailer camps and I'm like,
so did we decide yes, we are gonna allow ducks?
yes.
Yeah, no,
Okay, so my question is, if we have a maximum of 6 hens for chickens now, is it gonna be 6 hens, 6 chickens,
6
and
total.
then 6 ducks?
No, 6
So
total.
6 total, so we make sure that's clear.
Mhm.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was gonna
six-
be my question, so we'll
6
have to-
total birds, whether they're
Yeah.
ducks or chickens,
6,000.
or 3 and 3, yes.
Do you wanna do
5
like,
and 1,
I was gonna say, do we wanna address
I
that too, or
think
just
6 total birds.
You can do that right there on C on keeping chickens. Just change
6
that from
birds.
female chickens to female birds
Yeah.
or female fowl.
Well, we got possess and maintain chickens or fowl. Well,
Yeah,
what does our
total-
definition
a
say
total
about
of-
fowl?
I will go through and define.
Say,
I was gonna say, I mean, if you guys wanna go through and define, but if the answer is we're allowing ducks, I can
yeah.
I can go through so that we can move on, cause I know,
Because fowl means all animals that are included in the zoological class A, so which shall include but not limited to chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, guineas, and pigeons. So I think we want to specify chickens
And
and
ducks.
ducks.
Chickens and ducks.
And it doesn't have, yeah. Okay, if you can handle that, then,
and no male ducks.
I don't think that matters.
That was,
Well, that's a good question, though.
that,
That's a good question.
I mean, I understand why we don't do roosters. I don't
I
know
get
that
that.
male ducks.
I don't know about.
Well, I think they'll still do the same thing, won't they? Multiply?
Well, not if you only have male ducks.
Who knows? These days and age, I don't know.
They're not gonna be waking up in the
I
morning.
don't know. I
Yeah, they're
can't
not gonna be waking
Right,
up.
right.
I think just,
So
the yearly permit will allow for a maximum number of 6 female chickens or 6 ducks. I don't think we
we'll
need
allow
to
for a
specify
maximum
male or
of
female.
we'll allow for a maximum of 6 allowable fowl consisting of female chickens or ducks.
Correct,
I've got it.
yes,
Any species of ducks?
any species of ducks,
Oh.
yes.
Geese are not a species of duck.
We're not discriminating against certain ducks.
But we still have it, we still have calf.
We still have what?
We still have
Roosters are
roosters
not-
on the period,
Right,
so.
right.
Yeah, anywhere it says chickens, I suppose we need to put chickens/ducks or fowl. If you change the definitions of fowl, then
Yeah.
we can just change
Yeah.
that to fowl.
Yeah, I start with.
That also includes all that other stuff.
Not if he changes the definition at the beginning. But anything else?
So we did mention the impoundment fees, but it looks like the way it's worded in here for impoundment fees, it just says, the schedule of the impoundment fee for the contracted facility shall be available at City Hall. But that's just the impoundment fee, so you guys talked about,
Can you give me a code section?
2-116.
Alright, we skipped this one.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I just don't, because we talked about maybe, another fee for city employees having to go out after hours, just something to
Yeah.
consider.
can we go back to stockyard at
Sorry.
2-112? No, you're fine. Do we wanna do something about the drainage from the stock pins?
I think to enforce that from happening again, then they say,
We'd have to have something in the code. What's everybody's thoughts on that? Does everybody know what's been happening when we've gotten heavy rains or snows? They've went and pushed the pins out of the sale barn, and it all runs down by Judy's and then out down Goat Creek.
Goat Hall.
Yes, Parkway Drive, down First Street and down Spencer, and we get complaints about it every time it happens, but.
Are they in the city limits up there?
Yes. I believe so, cause here's your city limits, there's
Isn't the
Lorraine
line-
Street.
Isn't that one
There's
line right
College
there?
Street.
Rain is, yeah,
So here's your city limits right here,
yeah.
there's your airport.
So it is in the city
Yeah.
limits.
I think from College you'd have the vet clinic right here and the sale barn would be right here, so that back pin might be out of city limits, but I think they're all within city limits.
Even if they're not, that would be an environmental protection issue also. They could be fined by.
So you're saying it's bad enough to
That's
cross
yeah,
the
but that's not
highway?
something we can do anything about.
Yeah, we can't do that, but
But the sheriff's department can't enforce anything unless we have it in our ordinance. If we have it in our ordinance, then they can.
Right, but I mean, we can.
Cause here's the thing, when we've had those complaints and it's been called in, 3 days later, they send somebody to come, well, that time that Cody took samples, it was 2 days later and we had 2 inches of rain, and so
so it's all
it-
clean then.
it was very diluted that they couldn't, so.
It's clean at that point.
So I think G covers that under stockyard commercial holding pens. Cause it says they must have walls and traps to control the waste from draining into water courses and such drainage systems. But you gotta decide who the health officer is.
Do we,
what's the definition?
we have,
I think that's you.
I don't know, be nothing else.
I think it's mentioned in the building code, who the health officer is, I'm pretty sure. It talks about.
I'm pretty sure it also is the health officer is the one who goes and determines whether the buildings are structurally sound under two.
No, I think it's the mayor, I actually read that, I think it's the mayor. And the building code guy, which is Dan.
I don't think we should have that many officers.
I think
Officers.
if
Then that locks me.
if council wants, I can add a section I.
I mean, I would think the health officer,
Well, I was gonna say, I can add a section I that states, so even if that one pen is not in city limits, that it is,
let's not even add,
Can you run
I'll
off?
double check it tomorrow.
okay,
If
I was
it's
gonna say,
not- I think it's all in city limits, but let me double check.
okay, I was gonna say, if not, we could say,
Don't
we
have-
could add a section I that states that that facilities not within city limits must take necessary precautions to prevent runoff which flows into or occurs within city limits.
What happens if it does? What happens if it does? Is there a fine?
Yeah, can we put a fine on it?
You can put a fine on it. So the default fine under our code is up to $1,000 unless it specifically says something else. So depending on the reason that it's left like that is depending on how egregious a violation is, there's leeway to, I mean, obviously some violations aren't as egregious or others, but egregious as others, but it's $1,000, a maximum of $1,000 per violation, depending on, unless it specifically says something else in there. But you can put a,
Well, I was gonna say, $1,000 is not gonna mean much when, that's one cow. Or two, maybe. You know,
the only concern that I would have then is that you're getting into, when you're getting into higher fines, you're getting into the potential to require court-appointed counsel. Which, I mean, I don't necessarily know, like you said, that's one cow, I don't know that they would qualify for court-appointed counsel.
But then, again, like we were saying a while ago, how is that provable in a court of law?
I think until we see action and realize that the fines aren't covering the cost, then I think we can address it then, but if this covers, cause I thought Cody said there was nothing, we'd have to put something in our ordinance. But clearly there is something that,
We just have to, who the health officer, define.
Jen, is she running copies for everybody or just?
I think so, I think she was just printing, so everybody would have a copy.
I just think if the ones that had the notes had their own copies, then,
Oh,
yeah,
I guess I didn't know.
yeah, sorry, no, I'm like, she. And maybe so, cause I mean, there's a lot of chapters that. So if this covers that issue, then I think we just leave it at the
That's what I'm not
$1,000, up to $1,000, what's that?
I'm not sure how that works. I mean, what would they have to do, put drains in? I don't get that.
Basically, they build,
Walls, but
basically ponds to catch it. Settlement ponds. Is if they're getting rain off, it'd be just like with our sewer system, basically.
But how are you gonna do the $1,000 fine? I mean, how are you gonna make that stick? I mean, you just said a while ago that by the time Cody went and ran the test, it was 2 days later and it was,
Well, that was through the state,
state report.
because he said we didn't have anything on our ordinance, if we had anything on our ordinance that said you couldn't move wastewater through the city, if we have that, he can go up there and say, can't do it again, you do it, then he can fine him up to $1,000.
Yeah, cause it says they need to be trapping and controlling the waste and draining off, so.
Also, just a point of order, he cannot fine them up to $1,000. He writes them a ticket, they come to court and then the judge
Yeah,
that would have to be a C judge written on the fine unless the council sets it.
but as I said, I think at the point that we start seeing, I think it would take one time of a warning and maybe even a ticket, and then it would hopefully,
Abate.
so at least that gives him something to.
Yeah, 'cause I don't think they've got any kind of holding pond up there.
Well, and I don't know after Judy did all that, her remodel and built up that drainage to get the water off of hers, that it just helps drain their stuff right down into town.
Directly and, yeah, down through. And you can't really drive vehicle up in to get to the vet clinic. Even the semis avoid that drop off anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go back, we'll see what she had on.
Did we do something with pickles before?
We took them out of
So
the,
that's that,
where's that at?
214. Yeah. No, that,
Yeah, that
Well,
was,
I'm still on impound fees, cause I know Jen had something on impound fees.
Okay, so she's almost done setting up the 3 chapters that Kale had,
Okay,
and also got sent to you. But then like with yours, she's gonna print you a copy and you can present it, so.
yeah,
She's almost done with the others, so.
which is fine for the previous council
Yeah.
members, but yeah, just, so these guys have their notes so we can
Yeah.
move forward.
Yep.
Yeah. Back on the impoundment fees, did you have input, Jen?
Well, so we would always have a schedule from the vet clinic, and it says that it would be available at City Hall. So I guess the fee that we were talking about at that night in the meeting was not necessarily an impoundment fee, it was more of a, I don't know the wording.
Do we need to put impoundment or
after hours.
administration fees? We
Yeah,
need to add
after
that?
hours or administration.
Administration fees,
Mhm.
with that? Or
I think,
impoundment
but
or
the
associated-
impoundment fee shall be paid prior to the release of any impounded animal or fowl and shall be in addition to any fines and costs which result from charges filed against the animal or fowl's owner or responsible party. I mean, that would be a cost, but if it's the first time and they're not getting a citation, I guess that wouldn't be charges. We can just add in there
Administrative fees or additional,
administrative
applicable
fees.
fees for whatever,
Right.
yeah.
Do we have what we want those to be? I could just put that there's a rate, just put that there's, the rate schedule is the rate schedule for administrative fees.
But I
Okay.
think that way, as they change, I mean, if the vet clinic's gonna change theirs yearly, then you
Right.
don't wanna have to update the ordinance yearly. Do you have anything else, Bud?
And Larry at City Code has been made aware that the pit bull, that the breed ban was repealed. He just didn't, he figured that rather than sending me a new thing every time we made a change, when we sent him the bulk changes, he would resend me everything. So he has been notified that was done. I've been keeping him apprised of what we've been doing. I just don't, every time we do a new ordinance, he hasn't, I guess he doesn't send me a new copy each time we've updated an ordinance.
Do you know crocodiles being 30 inches in length is a problem? Do we just want to put crocodiles, period?
I think so.
I mean, that was a problem.
No more, or alligators.
Yeah,
I don't like sewer
I
alligators.
mean,
Do you want me to add alligators and take out 30 inches in length?
what's everybody's thoughts? I mean, we had the problem before
Yeah.
with an alligator, crocodile, and the owner asked what was gonna happen when it got larger than 30 inches.
Anything that can eat someone, we don't want.
I mean,
That includes some snakes.
Well, all poisonous animals, including
It's all
snakes.
Pythons?
if you pass away in your house and are there long enough, your cats will eat you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Should we take out,
Dogs
let's,
Someone just went dark.
constrictor snakes 6 feet in length or more. There's your
So they run
Mhm.
snakes.
6 feet. Do we wanna go 6 feet?
That's good.
I mean, 6-foot snake is a big snake.
But if you don't have that long, how are you gonna do the Britney Spears?
Have really short arms.
What's that? Yeah.
Alright, are we taking 30 inches out on crocodile?
Are we adding alligators?
Add the alligators
And the alligators.
and the crocs.
Well, the crocs are in there, but we're removing the
Remove the-
length.
No alligators or crocodiles at all. Or caimans, or whatever else looks like an alligator. Conduct their classes.
Platypuses don't, yeah, don't have teeth.
They got that, yeah.
They got a bill.
They got poison.
Oh, yeah, they got poisonous.
Not that it's on here, but is the zebra in city limits?
No.
Okay, so it's a moot point.
Yeah. Unless it gets loose
In which case it's still, it's not a
Do we have
prohibited
zebras?
animal. It's not a prohibited animal, it's just an animal at large.
Anything else on the animals, anybody?
Nope.
Beverages, Bud, was that you too? No? That was you? Okay.
And I read through it, I really didn't see anything.
How about the new,
It should be this yellow one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when does that take effect?
61 days after the second publication. I don't know what it was.
Did you find out the second publication?
when was the
Last
first?
Wednesday? Okay, last Wednesday.
Ta-ta.
That was 61 days from the last time it was published in the paper,
And it was published for 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Okay,
Okay.
last Wednesday.
go team.
My help has made sure I understood that.
Yes.
Was there something in beverages that was a little outdated that we needed to?
Some of the language that I came across in this was a little old,
I was thinking there's some stuff that maybe
Yeah.
needed updated.
but It's been long enough since I read it.
I was just asking her about the minors on premises. She says no office any premises where sale of alcohol liquor is licensed for on-premises consumption. So I mean, everybody would have to leave the ban shell if we got on-premises consumption.
What page are you on?
I'm sorry, which,
3-2.
So that's what?
3-2. Restriction. on-
3
There's
dash,
two,
3-1.
minors on premises.
Then you're talking about A?
Yeah, well, A and B are both, I mean.
But then it said this, it shall not apply to if the person under 21 is accompanied by his or her guardian, or if the licensed premises derives not more than 30% of its gross receipts in each calendar year from the sale of alcoholic liquor.
I still will clear that up because
I mean, we're
when
not,
tequila's opens back up or whatever it is, you're gonna have high schoolers in there eating.
that has been a very good clause on my situation up there, because I have both licenses.
but yours isn't for on-premises consumption, is it?
Is on, and I have for sale to go. I have both licenses.
Yeah, but do you derive more than 30% of your gross receipts from
No, I do not.
on-premises consumption? Then that.
No.
But I don't know
that's
that
more of keeping underage people out of a bar, you know,
A
that
bar
strictly
bar.
sells alcohol
right.
without food or other. The only thing would be concert in the park and that kind of stuff where they sell alcohol,
Yeah.
if we need, but I don't know if that,
Of course, this is-
30% of the gross receipts in alcohol, the gross receipts aren't,
Yeah, but because the
though,
the license is under the vendor,
Right.
so the vendor still. The licensed
the license.
The park is not a licensed premises. The licensed premises is the vendor. And then the park is a permitted area. So I guess my thought is I don't know.
It's a park owned by the city.
Mhm.
So what about 1.104?
No, that's what you get the exemption or resolution or whatever you call it.
Yeah, that's why we have a resolution.
Mhm.
To allow it
Mhm.
in limited circumstances. I wouldn't change it.
I would too. So there's no ambiguity.
I wouldn't change it. I don't see any reason to change it. Cause if
David, are
there's, if
you-
there's a minor under 21 that gets caught, I mean, they're gonna get written out.
But this is just them being on the premises, they're not allowed on the premises.
Unless you're with a primary
Yeah,
guardian.
So that would mean no kids could be at a concert in the park unless they were with their parents.
But that's not a license. But that's not a.
But they're I mean, we're granting them permission to, through the resolution.
Thanks, Jen.
And those are just yours, so when they get to your chapters, you can talk about it. I have all the chapters for Kayla's notes. I'll
Okay.
just hand out while y'all are talking about this.
Okay. What were you thinking, David?
So I guess my question is then what are you define? I mean, because the last time there was the concert in the park, there were food trucks, there was a class doing a dinner, there was. I mean, I would imagine that if you're considering the approved permit, making the park a licensed premises, which I still don't know that it does.
Okay.
Lana gave me some for
I still don't know if I still don't know if the alcohol
left out of Washington.
would be over 30% of the. I mean, it's very easy for me to put both in,
Jim, you see?
I can do like a 310, modify 3103 and 3104 both with the same sentence. This shall not apply to special events having obtained a permit through
Yeah.
resolution by city council.
Everybody
Yeah.
okay with that?
Just add that sentence to both 3103 and 3104.
Should we make the corrections in this?
These are your notes that you sent her. So we're gonna have, when you get to this chapter, you're gonna have to tell council your notes.
Okay, I didn't go far enough, thank you.
Alright, so is everybody good with that?
Yep.
Randy, anything else?
2 hours? Like I said, it's been so long since I read it, yeah. 2 chapters? I think we we covered the one with the new resolution. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, let's move on. I don't really think there's anything else in it.
And the hours in Article 3 changed, right?
Yes,
Hours
with
of
the,
operation
with the,
with that ordinance,
yes,
so that will get inserted.
that will get inserted, yeah.
I think that was already in here. That was the first page.
The first page.
Had to give new hours on it. How did it go? Just had it, and I lost it.
Are you talking about the ordinance?
This here, got the new hours on it.
Yeah, but that's the ordinance. That's the one ordinance that's not in the code book.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one that had the correct hours on it.
Right, but it's not in the code book.
No.
But I will provide it to him, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole host of ordinances that I have.
What about the restriction on location, page 3-14, section 3-306 on the restrictions of location? You can't sell any alcoholic beverages in any building, structure, or premises for consumption in such building or upon such premises if such consumption is within 200 feet from the nearest property line of any existing hospital, school, church, or library. Didn't we have an
I'm
issue?
sorry, you're where?
3-14 page. Oh, flip it around. Cause you have places on Main Street that are within proximity of the library. I thought we had taken that out.
I'm sorry, I was trying to flip back which section.
3-14 is page 3-306, the restriction of location, that you can't sell alcohol within 200 feet of the library.
So,
Didn't we take that out? I thought,
well, I'm trying to figure out, because it talks about alcoholic beverages. Some of this is talking about alcoholic beverages, and then some of it's talking about cereal malt beverage, so the alcohol stuff I think you left, but I think cereal malt, we're gonna need to reference back to cereal malt beverage if it has the same type of thing. But that, I don't know if you ever did anything about alcohol.
okay,
I say we take it off. Yeah, really, I was just thinking the same thing. We probably do need to take that off because anything that happens in the park is gonna be close to school, library, churches.
I mean, is it within 200 feet?
well, cereal malt
Possibly.
beverages, 500-foot radius of any church, school, or library.
Where, or is that the ordinance?
3-7 in, 3-206, under cereal malt beverages. So, we lowered it for, it's lower for alcohol, but like a bigger radius
Probably
for,
need to do the same thing for the cereal.
Just keep it uniform.
keep
Do
it
we
in
want a
there.
restriction of,
You want 100 feet? I mean, the streets are what, 50? It has to be across the street and a little ways away.
What's Main Street, how far across, do you know, Dan?
I don't know, right?
60?
60 or 80 probably, isn't it?
Probably.
Yep. Yeah, it's okay, there.
Come back, no.
Whatever we do, let's make them the same.
I agree, let's make them the same, I just, cause wasn't there something in there, which this just says church, school, or library, but at one time I thought there was government offices, wasn't there?
So just change it to 50 foot.
50 foot.
Probably better go to 100 foot, but
Next door.
Huh?
That was just the night camp next door, so.
Yeah.
I heard 50 and 100.
Hang on, I'm looking at the old code here. So this says the distance limitation of subsection B above shall not apply to any establishment holding a cereal malt beverage license issued by the city when the licensee has petitioned for and received a waiver of the distance limitation. The governing body shall grant such a waiver only following public notice and hearing. So that one, in the old code, they could petition to get a waiver of the distance. I don't know why that was taken out.
Let's see, leave like that then. But really,
Do you know why that would have been removed from the old code?
Don't I?
Would there be a reason why that would have been?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I went
It's only been 3 years, Lauren.
I went line by line comparing the new code to the old code and making. I mean, it was a project, but it was 3 years ago. So I'm trying to.
I just don't know, I mean, obviously we had it in there that they could petition, get a waiver to,
Okay, so do we want to lower it? Do we want to put the petition back in there? Do we want to do both? Do we want to do?
I'd say, yeah, probably.
I mean, what is the code section on the previous?
it's the same 3-206.
Okay,
There's A, B, C, and D. So there's 4 different sections to it.
okay, but D is but it says that in D. It says that in D in the new code.
Well, then, that is not what, so 3-306, which is the restrictions on location, has nothing, it just has the one.
Are you 3-206 or 3-306?
Well, I was at 3-306, and then we went back to the cereal malt beverage, so 3-306 only has,
So does 3-306 in the old code allow a waiver?
I'm also wondering if alcohol is, if there's a state statute. that
That's what I
covers
that's what I
if
was
it's alcohol.
thinking.
could be.
Cause it lists a KSA here, and I feel like sometimes, you know,
But
there's,
that's 1994 though, well, I don't know how much.
No, the code is the code. These are all our previous versions of the code and where it was codified. The KSA is if it's also governed by state statute.
I wonder.
So that would be the difference.
That,
That's what I
yeah.
was looking
Yeah.
originally, and then we,
But the there's still the waiver available on D for
for the cereal malt.
Yeah.
Then I think we should be good then, right?
I mean I think so.
But it's 50-foot radius, do we wanna change it to?
It's 500.
500, sorry, 500, but it's also a KSA, do we wanna check those and make sure?
I can check.
If we can make
yeah.
them the same distance, I would think, can we
Yeah, here.
clean that up if we can?
Make it easy.
Yeah, to have cereal malt 500 and then alcohol's only 200, doesn't
That
seem,
doesn't really make sense. It should be, if it's
It'd be
gonna
the other
anything,
way- it
maybe
should
the
be the other way
around,
around.
but-
alright, Lauren, can we task you with that?
Oh, you want me to do that later?
Yeah, unless you wanna do it.
I'm on it.
now,
I'm in the statute right now.
I'm tasking you so I can move on.
Okay, you move on. If I need to make an adjustment, holler at me because I'm looking it up real fast.
I know there's some stuff in here that's got some language we need to remove, isn't it in this section?
Yeah, I think it was some pretty strong stuff unless,
It was in the new ordinance. It was in. It was in the new ordinance that we passed, because we were passing it to change the times. We're passing it to change the times. And I said, I only changed section 2 and section 10, and Justin said, what about section 8? And I said, what do you mean? And he said, I don't know that we need to have, and it was something about, like, appropriate clothing.
I do think we talked about that.
Yes, it was something about, yeah.
Yes, so,
It was like section 3-214, and it had a whole bunch of stuff. Did we take all that out?
but we, is that the, do you have the new,
I'm looking at the old one.
'Cause
That's
we-
what Amanda's talking about, is 3-214. That had very antiquated stuff. And then you said it was included in the new.
Oh, yeah.
in the new, yeah. Because it was in the old one also. I just changed the hours. I just changed what we needed to change the hours.
Yeah,
It looks to me like in the ordinance that we passed,
it's all in there.
it's all in there as
It's-
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't change,
and so is the distance of 500-foot radius.
bless you.
So
Thank you.
basically you're saying that section.
We just passed that ordinance and we're gonna have to
Yeah,
amend it.
because you wanna take out.
Right, and we had talked that we were going to do that because I had asked in the meeting if we wanted to just wait to do it until we did the code, and the answer was no. We wanted to get it going so that the hours could change. So then we passed it with only changing the things with the hours. Everything else was the same. And so we just need to change, we can change the provisions of that without the 2 week and the 61 day, because the changing of the time is what required that, and that's why we passed it as it was. And then the rest of it could just be changed with the codification, but because it had its own notice period and a waiting period, that's why we went ahead and did it, because we would have had to have published the recodification notification and then also republished, and so it wouldn't have taken effect with the rest of our code if we would have waited to do that. That's why we did it that way. I do know that.
So basically.
So
it
what is the number of that new ordinance? Just so I have.
658.
Perfect.
Yes.
Give me a second to get
So-
there.
Then in 3-214, we need to,
Just delete it.
Take it out.
yeah.
I mean, I think if anybody has a question, if they need to read it silently, and then just,
Have to be read out loud.
I'm not gonna.
I say the city treasurer should read it out loud.
You want me to do it, I don't think we wanna do that.
Are you at 214?
We're ready.
Yes.
You can do it.
Are you ready?
You're up, Jen.
Go.
I think
Right, make sure the mic's on, get the mic in front of
I
her.
have not heard Mike's all night, I'm not hearing anybody talk.
This is what happened, why we need that watching.
That's
I
right.
know, right?
So they got something to watch.
If this place was still a men's club, maybe so.
Let's take it out.
Take it out.
Is there any reason why we need any of that, Lauren?
Just in case.
Not that I know of. There's
Back in the
no.
day, they used to have tunnels over this.
I mean, I guess it's.
I don't know.
Is there a way to just say inappropriate behavior and just not have to spell it out very,
Details,
yes, thank you.
graphically?
I'm sure it was spelled
Who
out
typed this?
I'm sure it's
And now
spelled
you
out
see why I won't
graphically
read it
because
out
they
loud.
want.
Someone
mean,
with a vivid
That's
Not enough
imagination.
words. We need more.
And if you don't specify, somebody's gonna find a way around it.
Uh-huh, but it doesn't say I can't do this.
No touching,
Oh,
no
wait, I got
addressing,
another word I
period.
could use. Throw it in there.
But that also comes back to law enforcement, so.
We have an ordinance.
I mean, I guess here's my thing is
If it's not written, it didn't happen. Right here.
I can mark to check if there's any reason we can't take that out.
Or just make it very generic.
Okay.
You can't misbehave.
Do we just not want that language in our code, or,
Inappropriate behavior.
well, what's inappropriate behavior?
Yeah,
It's like all
Leaves it
that.
up to our discretion at that point.
This pretty much explains what inappropriate behavior
I
is.
know, but if we take it out, then what do you define as inappropriate
I guess we
behavior?
put it in
See
the
the list
definition.
posted at City Hall.
Handed out at City Hall.
Make a pamphlet.
The list is kept behind the, the list is kept,
They're gonna be giving tours of City Hall.
the list is,
Then we charge.
the list is kept at City Hall, available to be read by the city treasurer upon written request.
With our sarcastic comments.
In a Shakespearean accent.
No demonstrations allowed.
So you're against a pamphlet.
With or without pictures.
I think you take it out.
Let's look into it.
I'll give me a second to make a note, and I'll, yeah.
So it's probably in both sections then, cereal malt and alcohol. I think that on the special event would cover the park as far as the
I need a code section. There's a
Yeah.
whole lot of stuff.
3-307, the special event permit. Under the permit regulations, no alcoholic liquor shall be given or sold, traded to any person under 21 years of age.
Right.
I mean, as far as where we were having the concerns with the nobody on premises, I mean,
Right,
wouldn't
well,
this-
but that's what I was gonna,
wouldn't we just add something to the special? Can we just?
I
do
just,
it
I
that
just added the, I just was gonna add a blurb in each of those that it is not applicable once a special event permit is acquired pursuant to 3-307.
Okay.
That's just what I mean, that's what I had rather than adding a section in 3.
No, I
Dash
just figured, I mean, if you just covered it there, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just have it in the section that is being covered by that it is not applicable when operating under a special event permit pursuant to 3-307. Yeah.
Anything else on beverages?
Nope.
Alright, code. Lauren, are you ready?
No, give me a second.
Okay.
I gotta get back over. I was in the ordinances. I gotta get back to recodification. Amanda, are you ready?
I've got lots of things for you, so I hope you're
Oh,
ready.
good.
Okay.
All right, shoot.
4-201. On bullet point C, and there's a typo of, whenever the term building official is used in the building code, it shall be held to mean the building inspector or his or her authorized designee instead of his designee. Got it?
Got it.
Uniform building code is the current code, we have the 94 edition, cause that is like ancient for building codes.
Currently, we have 2015 building code.
Do we want to update that then to the 2015?
don't wanna use the 1994?
We get stuff that's as old as I am in here, let me tell you. Energy
I was gonna say,
efficient
I
in
think-
1978.
I think Lila said they have a 2024 now.
Yes.
Do we wanna update that to 2024?
We have to order the books, right?
Yeah,
Do we have the books?
Do we have to order?
we
them?
have the 15.
Do we keep
of the-
3 copies? Okay.
Well, I think so.
No fewer than 3 copies shall be marked or stamped official copy.
So one of them's back here, one of them's up in,
This day and age, can you not get digital, like, copies?
I don't know.
Do we want to look into?
You can get the, kind of off topic, but you can get the UPUC and the STO digital now. I don't know.
I think that there were some rules though on getting digital for everybody as well as to get books.
Right.
Anyways, I just didn't know if we wanted, if we had a more current
I think we need to bring it up to what we have, I mean, for sure.
2015, or do you guys think?
We have the 15, except for the National Electric Code, that's a 2014.
Or do we wanna get the newer ones?
See, we get the new one.
See if we
If
get
we're
the new
updating
one.
it, just,
That'll put it out for another, how many years has it been since '94?
30,
I won't
Two.
worry about it.
32.
Rude.
So, the 24, everybody good with updating that and getting copies, okay? Question,
So we'll need, how much are the,
Totally.
so we might need to look into putting that on for next week to buy those, so that we have them before they go into, before the code goes into effect? I don't know how expensive they are, I don't know if that's gonna need to be a motion or if that's something that they,
yeah, we'll look
I
into
think
it
they were
and
like
get a quote, but I think we need to put-
$175 a copy
so if you need 3 of
For the
them,
whole set.
for each book.
Okay, so that's something, I tell you what, so that's something, do you mind sticking that in your notes, cause I don't have a notebook, and then
I got
that's
it.
something we can research this week and then figure it out in case it's over the spending limit.
Okay,
that was just a thought that I had before next meeting.
4-202A, since that is now in place, can we clean up that? Like, there was a fine for how many days after it took effect on the, putting your numbers on your house. Failure to comply with this section within 90 days shall be enforced and penalized. After 91 to 120 days, it will become $50, and 121 to 50 days after this section becomes effective, it's $75. Well, now that it's already effective, then there's no point of putting the,
Let me just say, someone who moved here from Texas, we make it an ordinance that you have to know your streets.
No, don't you know the tree down the street? Turn left.
I asked for direction, nobody knows the street around here.
I do,
David.
I'm not here from here either, however, I will.
Cause you don't live here.
I grew up here and I can't tell you all the streets.
I know.
you
Well,
don't,
but,
need-
but,
you don't need
but
to
you
know the
never
street,
live in
you're
your own
just
house
like,
either, like,
so-
I know,
depending
I'm
on
in
your
a rainbow
so-
house.
Right, like
so
depending
you
on your
live there.
genera-
That's
depending on your
exactly right.
generation, I'm in either the small house or the Johnson
Still
house.
give directions
Oh,
like
yeah,
our
because it's like,
grandparents.
once this is in place,
It's crazy.
90 days after it's in a place.
We got
there's
12
this
streets
fee.
here, how do you not know
90
what
days
streets we
after
have?
90 days, there's this fee,
That
and
was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yes,
Three
now,
years.
now you should just pick whichever
Yeah.
passes the
Really?
date, because we
No,
don't.
cause it was
We don't-
always next door to
yeah.
so-and-so. You know,
Take it out,
they
take
give
it
you a
out.
or just there's a
sticker,
certain, there's a
call
fine
up
of
and say,
$25 if
"Where
you don't
am I
comply,
going?"
you know what I mean?
Any of it.
Lauren, are you good with that?
That's mainly the house number is most important to your first responders.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why we did it, to help them, but this language of, after this goes into effect, 60 days, it's a certain fine, and then from
Yeah.
61 to 90 days, it's a more,
Yeah.
and then it's already into effect, so we don't
At
have,
this
we
point,
don't
it would be
need the
most
120-day different, we don't need the stair step of increasing the
If
fines.
you're gonna do anything, just leave it at 25,
Yeah,
Okay.
can you,
take everything else out.
will that work?
I don't think it's a big deal, I mean, I
No,
think
I'm just
we
like, I
made a
don't-
lot of progress and
We
with the
did,
people
and-
getting numbers and.
Lots of people.
Do you wanna do it like the dogs where, like, if somebody doesn't do it, and then we give them a ticket, and then they still don't do it?
I don't really
Just
know.
keep giving them $25
For
ticket.
what,
The
3
$25 ticket isn't gonna be the issue, it's gonna be the $158 of court costs that come with that $25.
I think just leave it at $25, I
Okay.
just don't think we need the 60 days and then 61 to 90 days and then 91 days to
Okay,
120
yeah.
after this
I-
is in effect when it's already been in
Right.
effect for 3 years.
To be fair, then technically, the penalties for everyone would be 75 because it's been in effect.
True, yeah. 4-207, the building permit
Hold
requirements.
on. You can't give me a note in the notes.
Okay, I told you to keep up. I got lots of notes.
Okay. All right, what section?
4-207, the building permit requirement application approval. Do we have like a fine that's imposed if people don't get building permits? I mean, what's that process of?
If it doesn't say what the fine is up to $1,000.
It needs to be a judgment call.
I'm just like, does that ever?
Should the person doing the work get the permit?
Well, I just think we should add, if you build something without a permit, we fine you $25 or maybe put a stop to built permits and maybe people actually following through with. There's a lot of things with the building permits, like, we don't actually issue permits, do we?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Used to.
Used to, like the application would get approved and then you get the actual permit and it has to hang up on the window or whatever where you're building. And that's all still in here, but I'm like, we don't do that anymore, do we?
Maybe it's in the 2024, we can figure out what that is.
Do we wanna keep that language in there if we're not actually?
If you don't have.
I am of the opinion that if we're not doing it, we either need to start doing it or the language needs to not be in there.
Correct.
We can't, we can't just be having language for the sake of having language.
Do you
Either-
remember, Jen, the last time we gave building permits out? Like, we approved the applications, but we don't actually give a paper permit that they are to post on the door of, like, that's what our code says that they're to do.
I'm fairly certain since 20 years I've been here, I've never done it.
Last
So-
person I know that did it was Lawson,
Yeah, so that was
He was
before
here.
my time.
cause they still
It's been that
pass
long,
some
I'd say
kind
take
of
the language out, yeah.
So where is the,
Which one are you taking out?
Oh, I would have to find, we might have to work through some of that. I'm not sure, there's quite a bit that talks about actually getting issued a permit.
okay.
And
So why don't we, so if the council's of the opinion, so that we're not just
Just
discussing it now, if the council's of the opinion that we're not going to actually issue a permit and make it hang up, you and I could, you can go through it or I can go through, like, we can get together and just do that and then present the final thing to the council before the code is approved, rather than
we could just like do a.
red line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that way you guys know, cause I just know it was mentioned, I'm like, we don't follow that, I know we don't. And I just didn't know if they don't get a permit, what we do we fine them or do we, I mean, I know there's been times when things have been built and we go tell them, hey, you didn't get a permit, but what happens if they don't get a permit? I mean,
Well, who do we find? Do we find them, or do we find the contractor they hired?
it would be them, they're the property owner.
But usually it's usually when I go other places, it's the contractor usually the one that gets the permit.
But it's the homeowner's responsibility.
Ultimately, yes, you're right, okay.
Yeah, ultimately it's the homeowner's, I just
I'd say
didn't
the
know.
homeowner has to sign the permits.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of contractors don't like getting them anymore. Cause they have to go chase the homeowner down and get 'em.
Technically, both people are in violation. The contractor and, because it says it shall be unlawful for any person to hereafter erect or cause to be erected within the city any building or structure of any kind or to enlarge, etc. But if the person who is erecting it and the person who are causing it to be erected are not the same person, then technically both of them are in violation.
Yeah. Just a thought, I just didn't know.
Yeah, I mean,
How
I'm,
I mean, if we're enforcing the code, how do we enforce it if they're not getting building permits?
yeah, I mean, we can add a,
Well, don't most people come and, after you tell them that they didn't get a building permit, they come and get one?
Sometimes.
Mostly.
Most of the time? I don't know, I think you're creating work you don't need.
Have to enforce the code, just asking.
Well, I get that, but who are you gonna have enforce it?
Good night, Lawson.
Who's going around checking on the
I mean, that's a very, that, to be fair, that is a very simple enforcement. That is this went up, there was no permit, have the sheriff's office go issue them. I mean, that is
That to me would be a
that is
big
going to
one.
be one of the easiest things to enforce. I mean, was there a fence? Is there a fence?
Open, close.
that is going to be the fastest. So if you have a fee, I mean, really, technically, we shouldn't have to go to court over this
Yeah.
because if there is a fence and there wasn't a fence and there is no building permit,
They refuse to get a building permit, cause then, we have that situation on Main Street where, fence went up, what if the neighbors aren't, in approval of it, well then, they didn't get a building permit, so does that, just a thought.
That's the other thing, if the person has to get a building permit, they're gonna have to verify property lines and things also. And sometimes that's not the easiest thing to do.
Mm-mm.
well, what do you mean not for the, unless it's in question?
Well, but like fences or
Mhm.
they're gonna need property line, and they have to stay so far off for a remodel off the property line. I think.
But, I mean, there's
We have.
There's a
issues
waiver.
With the equity that built without getting
Yeah, but
With that,
building permits, I'm just like, what enforcement do we?
That would've been a lot of fun telling them, no, you gotta
That's 10
remove
feet
that
off.
big scale and put it someplace else.
I will tell you where Sid Crabtree lives, when my great grandparents lived there, Dale and Nellie Kelly.
That's been a long time.
Look at her garage in the alley, there's a strip of concrete, he built the garage too close to the alley and they made him move it like 3 foot over. Look at, yep, so
I think
I'm like,
I've
that's the
seen
only,
I think I've seen
that's the
that.
only story that I've heard that somebody had to move a building, but like, so it has happened.
It has happened.
It has happened anyways, food for thought, I just don't know if we want to put a fine in there that, like you said, that would be an easy, if we have somebody that refuses to get a building permit that,
I mean, I don't think that that's a bad idea, but again, I mean, I'm not allowed to make a decision on this. This is a council decision. I would think that as far as code enforcement goes, this will be one of the easiest things to enforce. Was there a fence? Is there a fence? Did you have a permit? I mean, honestly, there really is no reason, as long as you guys put an amount on it, there really is no reason for them to come to court. What are they gonna say? I didn't build a fence?
There was a fence, now there is a fence.
4-216.
I think, well,
Not sure who
they
put
put
it
that in, it kinda covers multiple.
well, it's in there, I just didn't know if we didn't really have a fine if they didn't
What
get
is the building, what's the permit cost? It's a minimum of $5, or is it just always $5?
No, minimum of 5, and then
It goes
somewhere,
by-
as I said, there's a whole,
price
if you
schedule on
look
how
at,
much.
4-211, bullet A, that's how we have to calculate it.
I think most I've ever paid is $5.
Yeah. I know like when the Dollar General went in, it was more than $5.
I guess it does. It blew up my
I was gonna
spreadsheet.
say, well, hold on.
No fees are required of that.
No, we don't have charge.
I guess the other raising permits is kinda questionable then too.
Yeah, I think on the raising permits, as far as, since I worked here, we've only charged $5. I know we're skipping ahead, but,
Yeah.
section C, or bullet C, I think you need to just, for a raising permit, it should
Where's
just be
your
$5.
clear on the raising?
No,
Well,
it's
it's
under
under the same.
fees,
Oh,
it's
it's
still
under
four
fees.
dash 211,
Okay.
bullet C. I think you might wanna just consider changing that to just $5 for raising a building. Cause
Okay.
how is estimated value of a building, do we wanna talk about values, cause
If it's getting tore down, it's got no
Yeah,
value.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say.
has no value to the owner if, they're tearing it down, so,
So we've only ever charged $5.
okay, let's just change that.
Okay.
Everybody okay with that, $5 on raising? Okay,
Oh my,
So we could. I mean, we could pick you guys could pick like what a building permit would be for $50,000. Like, what would a building permit be for $50,000, and whatever that is, multiply that by 2 or 3. I mean, I can do some math real fast, and then that's the, like, okay, you don't want to get a building permit for your $5,000 project. Okay, you're going to pay the $50,000 project rate. I mean, you could calculate that would just be my suggestion on how to like impose the fine. If you're not going to do it for a small project, we're going to get you the fine as if you had a big project. Do you want me to do math? Do you want to just pick a number? Do you want to?
I think
Do the
just pick,
math just real quick, cause it sounds like you got it in your head already. I'm
sounds like she's
curious.
got the calculator in
She's
hand,
already
ready to
got
go.
it ready
She
to
wants
go.
to do
It's
some
tax.
math.
It's tax season. I haven't done any math in the last 8 hours.
I've never seen anybody get that excited about taxes.
Oh, you
First I
should have
think
seen me at
about.
you should have seen me at noon today.
Was it fun?
Yeah, I was done. I was in my office from 7 a.m. yesterday until noon today to make sure I got all the farm returns done because people were still bringing me stuff Friday afternoon.
I am so glad I don't do that. About the next section, 412, 212.
Well, I had a
That's-
question.
That's the one with the posting, the building permit.
I had a note over here, or actual permits issued, so I think over here on, well, my other question, I was gonna look at a building permit and I forgot. Does all of the things listed here on our building permit application?
I think so.
Cause I don't know the outside dimensions of the building by floors and the dimension of the basement. I don't know that we have anything that has that.
No,
And
we
then-
don't have that. This is not what our building permit.
But I'm like, everything here listed is a requirement that it probably should match our application. And I was just like, I know Bird City, they require a schematic, but then I noticed over here in 4-210, same plans and specifications that it could be requested that a schematic drawing be. So basically.
The answer is $55. If we were to treat it as $100,000, a project of because our tiers are $20,000, $100,000, and then excess of $100,000. So if we take the second level of permit, it would be $55.
Almost $50.
Could use that, yeah.
I just rounded to 50.
50? Okay.
Tax
So-
season paid off.
Under 4-208, D, any permit issued under this section shall be valid and subsisting for a period of non-month. I don't know, that's.
So this is a new permit and new fees, because I think in the past it's just been extended.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to, cause half the stuff, like, obviously the name, location, building work proposed, but we have like the dimensions, class of occupancy, class of construction, type of materials to be used is on there, estimated cost is on there, I believe. Date, expected date of completion, name and address of contractor, proof of insurance. So like some of this with the,
And just so you know, other than that's not a 3-part carbon that we order from a printing company anymore.
does it say that in there?
No,
Okay.
we make our own now,
Yeah.
but it was copied from building permits that were
Well,
used
just,
when I
my
started.
question
and
is,
so-
if this is what our
Uh-huh.
ordinance says that the
Yeah.
building permit requirements are, then we probably need to have it on here. So
Right,
we can either
yeah, I mean,
modify this or change the ordinance.
and that's what I'm getting at. That's been used, that exact thing's been used for 20 years, so who knows how long this has been in the code, is what I'm saying.
I think we could
Change.
modify this to,
Sure. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
If you want all of that on there. yeah.
Well, according to the citation, it's been in the code since 2003.
And I've been here since 2005, and that's the,
this,
you see what that's what.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all I'm
yeah,
It's
saying,
like,
yeah.
if this is what our
perspective.
requirements are, then the form should match, so.
Well, then,
But-
I was gonna say, do you want the form to match that, or do you wanna keep the same form and just say an application for permit shall be available at City Hall, all items on the form must be completed? I mean, we could just say, City Hall has a form, you have to use that form.
And we're giving tours for City Hall now anyway.
I
And
think
Jen's
it's-
gonna read out the,
There's like 2 or 3 things on here that are, like, it'd be easy to just,
Adam,
yeah,
take him off,
yeah. I think that's not a problem, we can,
Yeah, we can figure that out.
okay. You will,
okay, and then there's.
will you just email me a building permit so I can,
Yeah, I thought we were gonna match what was listed in there.
okay, so, the building permit's gonna get modified?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there's just a couple things I think we need.
so this
to
is,
build
this,
in.
this is a not Lauren thing.
That's not a long thing.
Perfect, I like that.
Back to Dave, when we were talking about,
Yeah,
how is that gonna work?
but that's not what I was thinking, cause I put down here actual permits issued, but I was thinking somewhere in here it must say something about. Like here, 4-208, a building permit shall be issued upon the application in writing, well, I don't. Like,
The
in
C, are you talking about C?
Upon approval and completion, the permit should be issued by the chief building official, issue the permit to the owner. No, we don't issue, any permit issued under this section shall be valid, I mean, we
We-
approve the permit, but we don't actually give them a piece
Right,
of paper.
but
so-
also, I don't think that a lot of times that there's a new permit required. Like, I think a lot of times it's just, if they're making progress, like under D, it says that
That's what I was asking.
if it's
Oh.
not completed within 6 months, they have to reapply and repay the fee.
Correct.
And so, but I don't know that that's being followed, so do we wanna?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Trust me, trust me
Okay.
on that. That city treasurer made me pay an extra $5 for a building permit because she wouldn't let me update it. I mean, they are sticklers.
Did you do
They
it?
are
Did you do it in
sticklers.
Shakespearean?
I mean, the mayor for her church came in and she said, nope, I'm gonna need $5. I'm like, but the mayor said it was okay, and she said, I'm gonna need $5. I'm like, it's for her
We
church.
don't wanna have special treatment, I mean.
But it was, yeah, so that is being
Separation
followed.
of church and state.
That, I tried to bribe any way I could and she wouldn't take it. It's not right, no.
I was like, maybe we don't.
That is followed,
Let's
trust
not.
me, that is followed.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds great. So, C, back to C. Are we,
I think
are
it's-
we just
I
gonna
mean,
say they'll approve the application? So
let's
again,
just wait, cause I think maybe in some of the, there's some in there that says you actually have to post it. I mean, I don't know if we're approving the permit.
So
We're
I guess
granting the permit, we're just not,
well, so here,
we're approving the application, we're not actually giving.
right, that's what I'm saying is like, shall issue a permit to the owner. I mean, we could just say shall approve the application for permit, shall approve the permit. We don't have to say it will issue it.
Yeah,
And so, I mean, we can just say shall approve.
it's a building permit, yeah, I mean, I don't think we,
I don't think we need to issue. I think we can just approve.
yeah.
Approve application for permit. Good job, good team.
And I think, under the fees, it said something about an amendment fee, but like if they make an amendment to a building permit, there's an additional fee, but,
Where is this?
In some of those circumstances, we even really have it happen to start with. I mean, a lot of times if somebody gets a concrete permit, and then they go, oh, well, we're putting a garage in there, then we'll just, and if it's a few weeks later, we'll make them do a building permit then for the garage part, so we don't even
well,
call
and I
it an
think it
amendment,
said
it's
something
almost
about, yeah, like an amendment, like they're like, I'm gonna put up a $20,000 garage, and then, I went to Menards and priced it, and it's gonna be 30,000. I don't know if that's what that means by amendment there, then you
Where-
would adjust the fees.
Where are
I can
you?
guarantee you nobody's gonna come back to
211,
City Hall
211.
and tell us that they spent $10,000 more, I guarantee.
I'm just like, that's
211,
4-211, the fees, that first paragraph,
Okay.
I'm just like, something about an amendment to a permit, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's in that very first,
I tried it,
under
it didn't work,
211.
I still had to.
gotcha.
I tried. I had a question here, I think it. So for 212, we can take out on the posting. A copy of the building permit shall be kept on the premises for public inspection during the performance of the work. I mean, we don't issue the permit, so we
So
don't
just-
post it, right?
Yes, and so that we don't have to renumber the code, I think that this would be a great place to put where the fine for not getting a building permit would be.
Okay. Perfect. Do we actually check the insurance policies to see that they cover the amounts that are listed on Ford 213?
I do think we try to check those.
Okay.
I mean, does it happen every time? I can't guarantee that, but I think anymore, most of these contractors, sometimes are even more than what we have for their liability insurance.
Okay, I was just, question I had. No, come on. Are you good?
Yeah.
Article 3, electrical code, in 301, in paragraph E, there's a typo with full-time, there's a space, there's a full hyphen space time.
Gotcha.
And then at the bottom of that section, it's missing the code references.
Which one?
See how all of them have like what code or ordinance underneath the, there's not one listed here. Which it wasn't in, oh yeah. Did you get that one, Dee? Did you get my corrections?
There's no space and then we need the code,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out where my comment went. Okay, there, it disappeared. It's disappeared again. I'm gonna delete it and put it somewhere else.
4-302, the National Electric Code of 93. You said that was, do we?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
The National Electric Code of 93.
So it was 14 or 15.
14?
Do they have a newer one?
I don't know if they have a newer.
So we can update this to 2014 and,
Do we wanna look and see if they have a newer one? I mean, if we're doing the building,
yeah, do you want to check on that then?
and the pricing.
Do you wanna add that to your note, Jamie, for pricing?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
And then 4-305, Lauren, there's
period in the middle of the sentence.
Yes, thank you. And that typo was okay. 4-306 D, all such records shall be open to public inspection during stated office hours, not state office hours, unless we wanna check with the state on what hours. I don't know.
They're probably the same.
Yeah, and then it's missing the code reference on that section too. For whatever reason. Because it was probably, because it was missing in the 2015 code. 4-310, the insurance was 50,000 for property damage. Is that enough for, so we're in electrical. Is 50,000 enough for property damage in this day and age? Just a question I had. Any thoughts, anybody?
No, that's the village, what happened?
Wait, we're talking about electrical? You wanna talk to
We're-
Riverside about what happened?
Yeah, that's what I'm like, the insurance, the 50,000 for property damage is the amount of insurance have to be covered for electrical work, and I just didn't know if that was,
It all seems a little low.
yeah.
100,000 for that seems low.
I don't know if there's a, could we check with Fruins or something, see if they have some recommendations maybe on those?
I know most of my cities, 500,000 and a million. Almost all the policies I see are now kind of universal in that.
You're talking general contract.
Yeah, I just don't, I mean, that's, to me, that's, 50,000 is extremely low.
I don't even think the insurance companies would do that.
That's what I'm just like, do we want to, I'm sure that's probably, do we want to update that, or
Do you want me to just add a 0?
do we wanna check with,
I would check.
Sure.
We have a
Fruin?
million on our church.
Jamie, do you wanna put that in your notes? To check with Fruins as far as the, well, we might as well look for the, death or injury or individual or more than one, yeah,
The only other thing would be up to the owner, if they're okay with it.
yeah.
Do we inspect inside the house?
Yeah, that's what I was just asking, I mean, our building permits have always been just the structure going up. So since I've worked here now, that's all I can go by. I don't know that anybody's ever went inside to inspect inside work.
Mm-mm.
So so is that what this is addressing? Inside, or is this just like, hey,
I mean, I think this is,
I think it's, are you talking about the whole electrical portion of it?
Yeah.
I think it's probably addressing like a new build.
yeah, that's the way I get.
Cause like, my in-laws is, like when Nick Riley built their house and then when they got that shop thing next to it, I mean, the electrical, they had to have electrical work with that and that was part of the process, cause I mean, it was a bare lot.
but I mean,
We
I
still
think,
gotta go in and look, did you? Somebody still got, nobody goes in and looks?
so
We don't do interior inspections.
no, not interior.
I mean, do
inspections.
we do exterior inspections once a building permit is completed, like a fence? Or do you go,
Depends where in electrical.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
With electrical,
the electrical,
want
the
to go
electrical,
inside, especially on the new construction, because if it's not up to code at that point,
Do we have an inspector that is aware of the code?
That's
a good question.
It says, The mayor or his or her authorized designee shall be responsible for the administration and enforcement of this article.
Well, who's the?
And appointment of an electrical inspector
Who's
in
the
accordance
inspector?
with 4-204, which 4-204. Building official. Enforced by the mayor with the approval of the mayor and governing body, the city superintendent shall act as chief building official and assume the responsibilities of building inspector. So. That would be Dan.
Well, that takes, I'm ahead, but that takes me over here to 311. Because this is saying that the homeowner can do the electrical work himself, provided they can satisfy the electrical inspector as to his or her ability to perform such work. There's a lot of people who feel like they have enough electrical abilities to do the work, but they may have enough to be dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you watch on YouTube, we're good.
And if you don't know who the inspector is,
I do. It's that guy.
Well, you got a lot of school to go to, though.
But even like on a
I mean,
remodel,
I think there's a difference between somebody, a superintendent, or somebody going and making sure a fence is done, but I'm surprised reading this because I bet you have to have somebody that's licensed and certified to go inside. I'm just gonna say.
we never have went
Huh?
inside,
So that's why I'm wondering,
but I mean, this has been in the code for
ever, and that's-
94.
right, and if I was, I'm just thinking like I would, if I was in, still, say in Dallas, whoever that inspector was,
Mhm.
go to prove it.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
make it
Goodland
worth your
has-
while to prove it.
Right, Goodland
I know,
has
I know,
Because they don't,
I get two inspectors
they're
a
not
year,
qualified to go and do
without
electrical.
Dan. And,
Either.
a farmer will
They
say that
don't
my place
put down
walks through and checks all my
Right.
breaker boxes.
So I wonder how
That's
much of
what I'll
this
be.
He
is
just basically
Farmer.
makes sure, okay, was the work done?
Goes through and
Yes.
does mine.
Well, I think
Done,
kind of
yes.
what this, you know,
Plus,
if,
I have an insurance adjuster that goes through and looks at
And
it.
they,
That's even
of course,
worse.
that's.
I mean,
That's
because
even better.
obviously if somebody's wanting electrical to the, you know, if they're building something, they're gonna have to tie into the city, which would be you know what I mean, as far as that. I think
Mhm.
that's probably what, as opposed to actually going inside
You
and,
think that's what this code is referencing?
I can tell you
I mean, I
what,
think that's what we
most of
want
the
it to
houses
reference.
Yeah,
are not the
exactly.
code.
That's what we want it to reference, because we don't go
Are not-
inside.
Are not.
Right.
Like if
Are
somebody's
not.
remodeling a bathroom, they don't have to get a building permit here, and we have somebody go inspect it, make sure the plumbing's right, and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
We don't do those kind of inspections, but I think as far as the electrical would be tying onto city utilities that,
Exterior.
mm-hmm,
and
Yeah.
you're gonna have the same thing with plumbing.
Yep.
Does that look like we should have
How's-
codes, or
how's
if we should even have them, you know?
Well, we do have insurance companies sometimes.
I mean, you
ask
gotta
us
have
to
a
adopt
code,
it.
we have to have a building code or
But you
electrical
have
code.
nobody here to inspect it.
I heard you
Unless
say
I
you
go
had to
do a
have
lot of
inspectors.
schooling or something, we have
Well, we
nobody
just-
here to go in the house and inspect it and say it's done correctly, it's not done
Yeah,
correctly.
man, once a year I have farmer who goes through my building.
They just come
That's
up.
Yeah, he
And that's a
goes
fire
through and
marshal.
looks, yeah, he comes out of Topeka and goes through my building, but I think it's because I'm fuel and I have, the commercial
Commercial.
status.
Yeah, I mean,
And they go through the
And then
hospitals and schools.
they go through the courthouse, yeah, and
Courthouse.
that's completely different from
But they don't-
this.
Necessarily know the code either of that's wrong or not. They don't know that either. They're not schooled enough to do that either. They see, oh yeah, there's
They're
a wall
looking
outlet
for
that's not
fire,
together.
they're looking for
Yeah.
fire hazards.
Right.
And that's completely different than the actual building code. I don't know, I guess we can investigate that a little bit more, or maybe see what other cities have, if they have the same stuff and don't have an actual,
Well, way back when I was in construction in Goodland, they did inspections on plumbing and electrical and all of it.
mm-hmm,
But that's been, well, I left Goodland in the mid-seventies, so it's been a long time ago.
yeah.
And I don't know what they're doing now, but
I thought somebody that
They have like
inspected.
that, but he's not,
He's not real trained.
they're
on
not,
the
not,
thing.
not in depth of, at least an electrician, he knows what, you know, or a plumber, you know, not that skilled.
They're basically, you know, your wall outlet's gotta be this high off the
Yeah,
ground.
basically.
Or if it's in the basement, it's gotta be that high off the ground, and you can't have 500 outlets on one circuit and that sort of thing. They don't wanna come to my house.
I was gonna say. Okay, well, we can talk about this forever, but I guess we'll have to do some thinking on,
Maybe there's some training. What kind of education do we need? Maybe that's what we need to look
that's
at.
what I'm like, if we reach out to, on the
Find
lake or
out.
something, see what other cities of our size do, if they have somebody, if they don't have somebody that goes in and inspects, what's their
kinda
ordinance
like
look
buying a
like?
house, they got someone that go in there and check all that stuff out.
Do an inspection.
Yeah.
So that's usually when you buy a house.
Normally general contractor.
Yeah.
Well, you,
General
there's
contractor.
certain companies that real estate people do go through,
Yeah.
so.
Article 4 on the plumbing, I just didn't know if we had an updated code from 97 on that one.
Or if there is one, you mean?
No, it's the Uniform Plumbing Code of 1997
Right.
edition.
But like we have the 15 of the building and we're gonna get the 24. Do you wanna see if there's,
Right now, we got 2015 of plumbing.
15, and then we'll see if there's an updated one.
Isn't
Okay.
there a set of books for this, just
excuse me, sorry.
4-410, Lauren, there's a typo.
Hold on.
And then Jamie, again, the insurance for plumbing, I mean, plumbing, electrical, building, all of that. The very-
What code section is there a typo?
4-410, insurance, that top line.
Hold on, I'm sure I can
There's
find
another
it.
period in the middle of a sentence there on the top line. And then Article 5, the 97 Uniform Housing Code, is there anything that's not 30 years old? Listed in our.
You wanna check out the newest year for that one?
Yeah. I guess if we're gonna have them.
So we're checking on, so it'll be checking on building, electrical, plumbing, and housing.
Again, on the insurance, $50,000 damage for moving buildings, I think maybe we need to look at that. 4-607, there's a typo.
Hold on. Insurance. Hold on.
I think Jamie's got the insurance to check.
Where is there a typo?
4-607, there's a colon after her, his or her authorized designee. Did you find it?
In 4-607?
The city clerk shall, upon filing of of application or for the same to the chief building official, or his or her,
That his or
colon.
her, that his or
Yep.
her.
Is 4.611 still applicable?
Well, I mean,
Is what?
It's not
If you-
1817.
well, I mean, red lanterns,
What are you?
you have to have,
4.6.
Red coats are coming.
you have, which I get you have to put some sort of light on there if you're moving them, but I'm just like, display of lanterns. It was kind of like an antiquated term, but I get to display red lanterns thereon in such manner as to show the extreme height and width thereof from sunset to sunrise. So just if you're moving buildings,
Honestly, I don't even know what that means.
you have to have lights move and see
Yeah,
Okay.
as you're moving it. It just is called a lantern instead of maybe a light, but
Yeah.
I don't know if there's an updated.
Are you thinking like the Bring Out Your Dead?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
He's thinking of getting his lantern, lighting it with his little wick and hanging it up on top of there, so you see, I mean, when
It's
you
your-
think
What
of-
it says.
when you say lantern,
You could change it to display of lamps.
Instead of lanterns?
That's even worse.
Well, that's what they call them, tail light, well,
Tail
either that or tail lights or lights of some sort.
I think of a
Hazard
lamp, I
lights.
think of like a shade.
Hazard
Auto
lights.
supply guy, auto parts guy, lamps, is that what they're called?
Headlamps.
Yeah.
Just the original idea on cars is lamps,
Yeah.
the original.
And that's
Okay.
basically what you're talking about here on this for moving.
Mm-hmm.
I like lanterns.
Yes?
Before you, just before you go to Article 7, can we talk about something in the fees? Back, like in 4-211. He's pointing it out.
Long ways back.
I know.
He's pointing it out.
Okay.
He's, I'm gonna read it. So, well, B would be the same way. So under 4-211, B and C, it's 50 cents per thousand of the estimated.
I thought we said we were doing a flat fee of 5.
On all of those sections? On
For the
B?
removal, but for, you're moving it from one site to another.
So we've never calculated it that way, we would just charge it. If it's already, so here's what I'm gonna suggest,
How many buildings do we have moved? Not a
hardly
whole lot.
ever, but I'm just saying it's in there.
But it says within the same lot.
I can
Yeah.
almost guarantee if somebody moves a building, a shed on their own lot, they're not gonna come inquire about a permit, but if they do, I would also make those $5.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Everybody else okay with that?
On both B and C alone, is what I would do.
Okay, everybody okay with that?
Sorry about that.
All right, now where did we leave off? Oh, lamps.
Lantern.
Lamps, all right. Article 7, 705, there's another typo, Lauren.
Hold on, I'm still changing the $5 fee. On the additional sections. Okay, for 7 what?
705,
4-7.
right after, mentioning section 4-704 shall be resolution, shall by resolution, I think is what that was supposed to mean. And then I didn't know 4-711 on, I was just more for my own personal knowledge on that KSA 40-3901 about the sale of salvage from basically, it kind of goes, I think, from going into unfit structures, if the city would take that down and then sell the salvage of what was salvageable on an unfit structure, I was just, that one kind of perplexed me, that you would salvage something and sell it and then, go to the above stated cost. And or then if there was an excess, you would refund it to the property owner.
Do you want me to look in this up too?
Oh, I can check it, I just thought that was kind of an interesting, that you would salvage, if it's unfit, that you would salvage. Anyways,
Well, there could be stuff in it. The house I knocked down had apparently a new water heater in it that someone wanted to come and get out of it, and I didn't care. I said, you take whatever you want out of the house, it's going down at 5.
that's you personal, not the city saying
Right,
this is
but
an unfit
that's
structure.
what I'm saying is, I mean,
Copper.
here's the thing is that if there's
Copper.
a hole in the roof, that doesn't necessarily mean that like a sink or a clawfoot tub, like just because the house is unfit doesn't
Yeah.
mean that there's not stuff in it that wouldn't be
Usable.
Yeah.
right salvageable.
Anyways, I just thought that was interesting with,
I find it interesting that it says the city clerk may sell any salvage from the
Mhm.
structure.
the whole thing is kind of interesting with
Think-
selling of
Thinking maybe it should say the city council, if you guys are gonna leave that
I was
in
gonna
there.
say, I really don't want an office full of bathtubs and sinks.
Copy.
I'm like, the whole thing of selling
Buy, sell,
salvage,
trade.
to me, it just blows my mind,
Could
that
be
I'm like,
wash machines.
Oh,
we
yeah.
would actually, like, I don't know, was just gonna kind
Side business.
City clerk and small appliance sales.
of, right?
Well,
Right.
or if a building was knocked down, a brick building, you could, if somebody was, which nobody is anymore, but willing to clean up the bricks and then you can resell the bricks because they're worth something.
Fourth Street bricks or anything else on any building with a lot of money.
Yeah.
At least you can get the lanterns,
That's right.
Yes, of course, the
Yeah.
lanterns.
antique lanterns, and sell them things.
Then on E, I know that monies is spelled E-Y-S, it just kinda looks funny, where it's normally I-E-S. That's another,
It shows possession, or money.
there's no apostrophe there, it was like, the money's received, I'm like, I don't know that I ever see it spelled that way, but, Article 8, heating law standards and energy efficient ratio from 1978. I'm like, I don't know that, like, I'm assuming anything that is put in town in this day and age is probably above and beyond what their SEER ratings are. I don't know if that needs to be updated.
I don't think they make anything back that far.
Like, I had Greg look at that and he's like, they don't even term it that way anymore, like, that's kinda what I was wondering, but he was gonna ask Ed, and I don't know if anybody else has any input on energy efficiency or what we would want to, I mean, I'm sure the stuff that was around in 1978 is obsolete and it's a
Yeah.
heck of a lot
In-
nicer and
in
better.
those days was a time of the efficiency rating changes, and, that's probably where this come from.
Well, they probably have window units that are more efficiency rating.
Can you get rid of it?
I don't
One
know.
section.
Do we need
Why not?
I don't know, I'm just
No.
like, are we actually,
You can't
I
control
suppose
it.
in,
We can't really control, we don't do the appliances and things.
unless people were getting building permits to put in their condensers outside and you could actually make sure that there was, the energy efficiency rating was within your spec, but I'm like,
I would rather know that it didn't leak than the energy efficiency of it.
that's what,
I was gonna say,
I
like,
But does this relate to, sorry, but does this relate to, structural things like windows? The energy efficiency of windows and
well,
and
this
doors?
is a new residential dwelling must be equipped with storm windows and storm doors and other satisfactory window or door thermal treatment.
So I
new
would
commercial
imagine that has definitely changed.
Yeah. Fundamentals of a new residential dwelling shall not exceed 35 BTUs per square foot per hour of floor area of heated finished living space at a design temperature differential of 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
My old house, the wind blows through when it's hard enough.
I was gonna say, when your curtains move.
I think a new house, the wind blows through if it's hard enough based on some of the gusts
I've
we've
got
had.
new windows, but yeah, you got to have insulation in the walls, and
Well, and
I don't know why people think that, but
I mean, all installed air conditioning systems on or after August 1st of 78 shall have an energy efficiency rating of 7.0 BTUs or more cooling capacity. Like you said, we don't,
they don't make them that tall anymore.
I
so
know, that's
we're
what I'm
not
like,
gonna have one
most of
anymore.
this in here is obsolete and we don't,
I think you get rid of it.
everybody okay with that?
So that we're not relabeling thing, can I have Article 8 just be reserved for future use?
Yeah. Does anybody else see?
I mean, unless somebody wants to put something else in there.
Article 9, demolition of buildings. It doesn't specifically say basements, but we require basements, right, to be tore out? It just says the demolition, dismantling, razing, destroying, or removal of any building or structure means the wrecking, pulling down, or bringing the same to level and removal of all of the components, parts thereof, and the filling of the lot to grade with material suitable to the city. It just didn't mention,
If we require it, it has to be in here.
that's what, I'm like, it's always in
Probably
Myers.
1978 there wasn't, because there's still foundations in some places.
That's my understanding, we require it, right?
If
I think we had a big
That's
long
what they did back
conversation.
then.
I'm pretty sure there's a foundation in the back of Erica's yard, cause I keep digging up pieces of it.
And that's the whole reason why we require it, because, you know,
You
you
go to
may
build
think, well,
something
I don't care. Well, when you sell that house and the next owner comes
Mhm.
in, they're gonna care.
Yeah.
And we've never asked them for a bond.
No, that was another interesting one, I thought, that, bond or insurance, so I guess if they had insurance though, right? Application, bond, and insurance, so,
But would the removal of all the component parts thereof not include the foundation?
I just wondered if we wanted to specify foundation and basement, just to clarify. Cause I was pretty sure that was part of,
I would.
yeah, I would agree, anybody else?
Any building or structure including the basement or foundation.
Mhm. Just add that language for 'em. And then what about that bond? I mean. I mean, and again, insurance for demolition of 100,000 for insurance, but I don't know if we need to have anything in there about a bond.
If you're gonna get other properties damaged, that's gonna be during demolition.
But if they have insurance, would you need
Yeah. if
a
they
bond
have
and
insurance,
insurance?
Basically.
That might be a
bond
question.
is an insurance.
That might be-
That's what I'm like, that's what
That
I,
might be a question for Fruin.
yeah. Cause I'm like, it says bond insurance, but it talks about a bond and then it talks about insurance, so
But it has a comma between bond and insurance. Permit.
up there, but in, if you read the actual. To execute and deliver to the city clerk a bond with good and sufficient sureties in an amount to be determined by the council, condition that said person, firm, or corporation will faithfully observe all rules and regulations established by the terms of this article and save the city harmless for any damage done to the sidewalk, streets adjacent to the location of such building structures. So I guess that's bonding themselves that if they do damage,
You put bond and or.
I don't know, I mean, we've never had anybody get a bond for tearing down a building, so I'm just like,
I charge them $5 and,
I would say
Well,
part
well,
of
and I
that's
would think
probably,
they would have to have insurance though, so we do.
yeah, I mean, we do make sure, unless they're doing it themselves.
part of that's probably has to do with 4-906. If they don't do what they're supposed to do, basically says they forfeit the bond.
So,
Probably depends on how.
If someone goes in and inspects and says you didn't clean it up right.
You didn't tear out the
forfeit-
basement.
Yeah, you forfeited your bond. So it probably makes them, if it was done that way, it probably makes them clean it up better.
4-905 allows the waiving of the bond or insurance, and I don't think the city would waive the insurance, but the city wouldn't have to require a bond.
yeah, unless we felt like it was, we would have
A
issues,
sketchy individual.
that's right. This I guess, we can waive the bond, but we do require the insurance if we check on the amount of 100,000, I think we should be good. Article 10, house trailers, D. Do we call them because we have, the next section over talks about, well, we talk about recreational vehicles, but then house trailers are defined as a vehicular portable dwelling unit designed especially for short-term occupancy such as travel trailers, campers, converted buses, and other similar units, whether self-propelled, pulled, or hauled, and are designed primarily for highway travel without a special permit, and does not comply with all the requirements of the minimum housing code and dwelling. Do we need to call them house trailers, or can we put house trailers and recreational trailers together?
Or just recreational vehicles.
That's what I'm like, house trailers seems so,
1978.
yes, it does. Is that a problem? 41101 would be the other one where it lists that.
Hold on. So what you want,
House trailer seems kind of.
I understand that, but what word do you want to be?
Recreational vehicle,
I think it's clampy.
it is clampy.
You want
Well, if
glampy
you-
trailer in the code?
If you look at 1101 RV park license, like, We talk about RV, recreational vehicles and travel trailers. Why wouldn't you just call a house trailer a recreational vehicle or travel trailer, to me, than to call it a house trailer?
So we could do recreational vehicle, and that would include travel trailers, campers, converted buses, etc.
Don't you think?
I do. I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that I'm getting it
Is
right.
everybody okay with that? I just thought house trailer seemed a little bit weird.
A glampy recreational vehicle?
Yeah.
Ford, 1002, location mobile homes and house trailers. See, again, we're into house trailers, so I'm like, I don't, it talks about, a mobile home may be occupied on any lots or lots in the city except whereby prohibited by restrictive covenant, provided that the lot or lots which said mobile home occupied is owned by the owner of said mobile home, is on a permanent foundation made of concrete or concrete materials and placed under said mobile home. Do we require that of mobile homes?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
Yeah, because when Jerry's house burned down way back when and they brought in the double wide, they had to put a foundation and block up under it.
But we didn't on that one, did we? Did they put it, did they? Up on Valley Street, that trailer that they moved in? Did they put it on concrete?
I don't think so. Well, I don't know, I guess. I don't think so.
Cause they owned the trailer and cause this would be if they owned the land and the trailer where it's a permanent structure, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cause then it says.
Where is the restrictive covenant?
I don't know. Well, it says the ad valorem taxation of the mobile home shall be changed from personal property to real property, and I'm like, is that a city decision there? Like, just a question.
Mobile home may be occupied on any lot or lots in the city except as prohibited by the covenant.
Covenants.
Would that be like your zoning?
Well, and I just don't know why we need to have that, the ad valorem taxation of the mobile home shall be changed from personal property to real property. I don't know why the city needs, like,
I think when it's
Well, this is talking about like just a lot, right? I mean, there's also another section here for mobile home parks.
for mobile home parks, but this would be
Which would
owner,
be Valley Street,
this would be owner occupied.
yeah, but it'd be just a lot. It wouldn't be like a mobile home
Well, this
park.
says mobile home occupied on a lot or lots in the city. Or occupied, owned by the owner of said mobile home.
Okay, so plan out, say we have,
True, I guess that would be a park, but,
say we have, an empty lot here in town. Owner says, I'm gonna move mom in, and basically I'm gonna put a mobile home on this empty lot.
they would have to have the permanent foundation,
Some kind of.
That's,
yeah.
that's the only requirement.
Unless I guess there's specific lots, probably what, you know, there's different lots in some cities.
Yeah,
Whether it would be,
I just wondered that,
so things like
that
that.
last sentence, if we could just take that out. I don't know why that should be in the city ordinance.
Can you tell me what section you're in?
I am 4-1002, exception A, the very last sentence says the ad valorem taxation of the mobile home shall be changed from personal property to real property. I don't think the city council has that jurisdiction to make that determination, so, I would suggest taking that off.
I'm sorry, 1002? 11?
1002, 1002, exception A, the very last sentence.
Okay, got it. Sorry, I was going through and changing all of the house trailers to recreational
Well,
vehicles.
unless a mobile home can be mobile, just on wheels that you sit there, that is your personal property, but unless it's on a foundation, then that's real property, isn't it?
Mhm.
So we can't decide what that is, like someone just brought their, this is part of their parking lot.
I don't
Way back in the
think that's-
70s, they used to do that. They brought a mobile home, set up recreational vehicle.
Right, but the city council's not in the business of deciding what's real and what's personal property for taxation purposes. That's all I'm saying. I think that's
Mine's taxed as
real
property
real
tax,
property,
not,
yeah.
not real, not personal property, but property.
It's an odd statement to have in there on the city code, cause that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with what,
Cause like,
we have no authority over that.
Yeah, we can't control it anyway,
I
so.
don't
No,
know how
I'm like,
the
we're
sewer,
not-
how the sewer, I don't know how his is. I know his has got the foundation under it and
Yeah.
stuff.
Anyways, if we can take that out,
Yep,
that'd be great.
got it.
Alright.
So I was
If-
supposed to point out at 9:15,
Yeah, I know.
so
Oh.
it's 9:20.
Well, if we go back to exceptions on B, a mobile home may be occupied at a construction site by a night watchman, so we have lots of that.
By by a night watchman or by the night
By
watchman?
a night watchman.
See, I get a mobile home.
You're good.
Was approved
Get the
by
old Crown Vic
council.
out and, oh gosh, okay.
Is the Crown Vic big enough to be a mobile home?
Maybe. Tell me.
4-1011. Yeah,
can I ask you a question?
sure.
Because I know a lot of people in town that do this, and it's back at 4-1002. Section E, it says a camping, vacation trailer, or motorhome may be stored in the rear yard on any lot, provided that no living quarters shall be maintained.
Or any business conducted.
Yeah, and it says on the rear yard of the lot, but there's a lot of people who park them on the side. Is that, does it matter? Are we gonna enforce that, or is something that the council would consider to put side yard or rear yard? Cause I know some people literally poured a concrete foundation at their house for their camper, and it is not in the rear.
Are they sitting in this room?
No, we did not pour a concrete foundation.
Mine's on my grass.
Did somebody in this room park their camper
No, but I
on the
think
side
that-
yard?
I'm just gonna say this in one, because we do have a camper, think a lot of people park them on the side of their house too,
Where they can.
where they can, because some people may not have access. I just wondered if you, while we're in this section quickly, if you wanted to consider, I know, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
Well, I don't, what's everybody's thoughts?
I don't have an issue with it, because as long as it isn't on the
I
street
guess-
full time.
Why don't we put in the rear or side lot as long as it's
Behind the front of the house.
by the front of the house, or as long as it's not,
A foot away from the neighbor.
well, I'm just trying to think of a nice way to put that it aesthetically, you know what I mean, that it's not,
I'll come
it's
up.
not-
I'll
it's not blocking the
I'll
road.
make the note and come up with something.
Something that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that's just,
Yeah.
Not
Or
to
the
put it on the
sidewalk.
sidewalk, like or
as
something.
long as it's not impeding somebody's view, or, you know what I mean, just so it's
Maybe
not.
they need to get or get permission, or get their approval of the neighbor also, park
As
like
long as
that.
it's not
on the side.
unsightly, maybe is what I was thinking of, or something, but,
Just fix that.
And it might wind up in a case-by-case basis.
yeah.
Thank you.
Now, where was I, Jen?
Sorry, I'm so sorry, but we were there.
Yes, we were. 4-1011, Lauren, I have a couple typos.
Okay.
In subsection C, subsection 1, those application requested in accordance with shall give the reason such application is being applied for,
And.
thank you, and then if you continue on, the mobile home or house trailer is intended to be parked which, comma, in no event, comma, shall exceed 30 days. And I don't know how much we wanna get into park and camp layouts.
Wait, you want commas?
Yeah, comma, in the event, comma. There's lots of requirements for mobile home parks and RV parks. I mean, lots of like, they're supposed to have like roadways and sidewalks and like patios poured. Like, there's a lot of things for,
For RV parks as well.
yes.
That's.
Patios and storage lockers, each mobile home and house trailer space shall be provided with a paved patio of at least 200 square feet. I'm pretty sure we don't have that, I know, just like roadways and all mobile home or house trailer spaces shall abut upon a park or camp roadway, a roadway shall not be less than 24 feet. And for a mobile home park, I'm pretty sure Clay Zimbelman has 0 sidewalks or roadways or patios or storage units. I don't know if there's a lot of this that we just want to take out, cause there's a lot of that we don't.
A lot of that seems to be written more for bigger city mobile home parks.
Each mobile home park shall devote at least 8% of its gross area to recreation space for the use and enjoyment of the occupants of the park. I mean,
Around here, they can walk 3 blocks and be there.
well, the parks we have are Clay's and Kathy's and the one on Valley, right? Are those really the only RV parks we have?
The Valley Street one would be more of a mobile home park.
But this says
Yeah.
mobile, is it parks and
Okay,
camps?
yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of lost. where
Yeah,
you're at.
mobile home park, yeah. Each mobile home park shall devote at least 8% of its gross, like, there's a lot of things that they have to,
Patios and storage lockers.
yeah, like they have to have patios. I don't know if
I'm kinda thinking if they gotta pour me a patio, I'm moving to a home.
Well, at my like, so 4-1014 about the service buildings, I should have at least one slop closet or other facility suitable for the cleaning and sanitizing of bedpans.
Is that where that came from?
You're not gonna find it without your lantern.
Red
I'm
lantern.
just like,
Red.
I just don't know how much of mobile home parks and trailer parks, if we want to clean up a lot of that.
They gotta do the off-street parking.
I mean, to require roads and sidewalks and patios and slop closets.
Do you want me to just take a look and kind of gut it?
I think, what do you guys think? I mean,
I mean, you can either
It's
tell me what you want to gut or just have me
or
go
it's
through it.
for big park,
Yeah,
you know,
that's what
cities that
you-
have big
Right.
parks that have 50 slots for camper trailers and they, you know, have playground areas and they have sidewalks and they have roads you can get in and out of them. I'm like,
So does the council want to make a
Yeah.
decision, or do you just want me to go through and gut it and get with you and then present the final to the council?
yeah, I can read back through it. I just thought,
It'd be like more like Burlington, they have like those, yeah. That's more cities are having those, camper areas.
Why do we not have a coffee maker in here?
Are we going through all of the chapters tonight?
Gotta knock it out, don't we?
We're at 4.
we're not,
We're not even done with 4. We're like halfway through 4.
we're half, just over half of 4.
I said like.
The end of it goes very quickly, there's not a lot. Okay, so Lauren and I could look at mobile home parks, trailer parks, if you guys get that.
Yeah.
And I just think that's a lot of things we don't need to. 1022 register. Under A, Lauren, are you paying attention?
Yep.
All right, the register.
Nope, I'm just zoning out.
Okay, I'm like, are you working on something? This one is
I'm
directed to
typing
you.
notes.
This one's directed to you, so it says the register shall contain the name and address of each occupant, the make, mobile, year, and manufacturer. I'm assuming mobile should be model.
Model.
Thank you. And then in C, I have a wording question mark on the by fire or store to any mobile. It shall be the responsibility of the person operating each park and camp to notify the inspection officer of damage exceeding $100 by fire or store to any mobile home.
Storm.
Thank you. I was like, storm. I was seeing.
I mean, you know, if
Yes.
if you get taken advantage of when you buy stuff.
Storm. I'm like, anymore. Okay. I think that was okay on that. On D, a mobile home or house trailer shall not be permanently attached to the ground or placed on a concrete or masonry foundation unless it is otherwise converted to a building complying with all the respects to the provisions of the city code for a permanent structure. So, then I don't know, this Article 11 kind of a repeat of the previous section, cause it talks about the RV. RV park license and rental and parking limitations, can that kind of be combined in with all that other? I guess we can look at it when,
Yeah, why don't you and I,
yeah. Article 14, propane tanks.
so we're skipping 12,
I didn't have anything on 12 or 13.
okay. 12 or 13?
Nope.
Okay, propane tanks.
Yeah, 4-1403, I had something about grammar in A subsection 3. Containers must be located at least 25 feet from a neighbor's permanent structures. We have a singular and a plural there. So I don't know if.
No, that's correct. From a neighbor, singular neighbor, permanent structures, they can have more than one. If a neighbor has a garage and a house and a shed, they have multiple structures. Singular neighbor, multiple structures. That is correct.
Okay.
I know it reads really weird,
It
but that
does,
is in fact correct.
Especially when you're on 41 pages into building code and
And your eyeballs twitching.
lanterns and bedpans, and you're like, this does not make
A
sense.
neighbor's structures.
If you would
No,
start
correct.
here, it would make sense.
Yeah,
By the time
yeah.
you read through lanterns
Yeah.
and bedpans, you're like,
I was looking at it.
you're
but-
twitching a
I was
little
looking
bit.
at it like I know why you don't like that, and because I also don't like it
that?
because I would have. I mean, and I can put it from 25 feet from any permanent structure from a neighbor.
Of a neighbor.
I mean, I can, and because
25 feet from,
any permanent structure of a neighbor.
yeah,
Would you like me to do
Yeah.
that so it reads better? Okay.
yeah, thank you. I think that we should be, maybe, kind of like. Article 15, floodplain management. I'm assuming when the floodplain was adopted that this all took place, and I don't know. I was gonna maybe reach out to Ryan Murray and see if, I'm assuming, like I said, this was all in there. 4-1502 says September 19th, 1985 of the flood insurance rate map. I don't know that that's been updated. I believe that that is, the map is 50 years old. They're close to updating it, so,
Didn't they take the floodplain out
no,
Or
they
not
haven't
it?
done it yet.
on the north side of town?
They most certainly did not,
No, not yet. It's
because
been,
I have to have flood insurance.
And it's not cheap.
And there's like 3 feet of the back corner of my property, like not even a structure, but I have to have it for
But-
my whole.
so they did do updated maps, which we would have to adopt, cause we adopted this whole floodplain
Mm-hmm.
thing. But they were like 3 to 5 years out, and that's been 3 to 5 years ago, but then
Gosh,
budget cuts and grant stuff,
I
and,
thought it
yeah.
had been done.
No, it's federal government, so it moves even slower than local government. But, so, this, I don't know if this is a lot of, I don't know if it's even pertinent anymore, but I was gonna check.
I was gonna say we could check and we could leave it in, and then if there's a more relevant floodplain, we can do a ordinance to amend it. The thing that the best thing about Ransom that they do is that the code book that they have online. When we do an ordinance and it amends an ordinance, it's not like an ordinance that goes at the front of the book. They pull the old section out and put the new one in, so it just reads.
Yeah.
It doesn't like keep expanding the code book. It just replaces it.
Which-
So I don't know if you want to leave it until we find out, or if you
Well,
want
cause
to.
I had a question on 1502, and then I also, 1503, floodplain development permit. A floodplain development permit shall be required for all proposed construction and or other development, including the placement of manufactured homes in the area described, we don't have them get permits for building in floodplain, do we? So,
You mean like a special permit because it is a flood?
floodplain development permit.
I guarantee you, we have never done that.
I know, that's what I'm like, I don't know how much, I'm sure this was probably adopted when we adopted the floodplain, but I'm like,
And now I feel like I should have known.
Do you want to have you and me go through this and,
I'm gonna call Ryan to see
Okay.
even if this, what's pertinent
Okay.
here before we go.
I'm not gonna make any notes on it and I'll just wait
No,
for
'cause
you
I had
to,
another question on this
Point
14,
administer and
or
then
1502.
okay.
that
Yeah.
A quest-
Paragraph
A
A,
question
and then the
for,
permit, I'm like, I know we don't
Yeah.
do that, so,
City superintendent is hereby appointed to administer, implement, and provision of
He's
this
got all
article.
kinds of work to do.
so, I mean, this is like a lot of stuff.
this is, I think, the longest chapter.
I think that's why I got
That's
it.
why you got it, cause you only got one.
So this was ordinance 585 and then recodified in 2015, so it's just been within the last, cause the code before that was 2003, right? So between 2003 and 15, this floodplain thing was added in by ordinance 585. So I don't know,
And I don't know how long ago that was. I mean, that was, we're like 100 ordinances past that now.
yeah,
Although, to be fair, 2 of them every year are the UPAC and the STO.
yeah.
Well, I haven't heard anything on the maps either. I mean,
I've got copies of the maps, I know
I got copies, but I've not heard that they ever.
they hadn't finished it, and then when they started cutting funding, grant funding for federal stuff, I think it was kinda put on hold because it was grant funded, and so it didn't probably make a high priority, I don't know. if it got
So do we
back.
wanna put a pin in this until you talk to Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Article 16, do we even need airport building regulations and restrictions?
Not anymore.
I mean,
It's county.
it's county, but I mean, part of it would be in city limits, so there'd be some building, but as far as the length and width of the runways and all that kind of stuff, a lot of that is outside city limits, so I don't even know that we need that.
I'll go through it and see.
But if we do, the ordinance code is not at the end of it on that one either.
Okay.
Hopefully I caught all those. I'm assuming because it wasn't in the original code, but
That seems like that's what I'm gonna guess. And once we actually get this, like, where we think we're ready to go, that sounds like a great thing for Kendra to go through and make sure that all of the.
that's what I'm like, I tried to catch it, I'm like, that's something simple now that I have found,
I'm
some of
like,
them
that's-
don't have it, that we probably need to check every single chapter.
Right, I was like, that's something that I can, I mean, you can do, council can do.
Sorry.
Kendra can, I mean,
Yeah.
or Kendra can just flip through and make sure that it,
Yeah, alright,
um,
guys, building and construction, okay.
Chapter 5.
Chapter 5, how long do, how,
I've got chapter 5.
This is,
Jim,
you have five?
how late do we get?
And I've
Do
got
we-
a
Oh,
ton
yeah.
of things.
Do you have a ton of things? Do we want
I-
to wrap up and?
I
You have a lot of things to do.
No, on chapter 5. I don't have time. Just have to
What's everybody's thought?
we can get through chapter 5, I think, pretty quick. So, yeah.
Let's go through and get chapter 5.
okay, hold on.
Okay,
Was this one of the ones that we had? Kale had comments on it too, right?
Well, this is the only comments I have is Kale's.
Oh, okay.
okay, perfect.
Okay, then, hold on. Hold on, I gotta get into my. Sorry, David, I gotta be able to edit
No, you're good.
and take notes. All right,
Okay, Kale's got on page 5-1 on subsection C, the last 2 lines of that, which it says, building, structure, tent, road, railroad, boxcar, boat, hotel room, lodging, house, apartment, shop, or any other place within the city for the sole purpose of exhibiting samples and taking orders for future delivery. He has in question vehicle, question mark. I'm assuming he's wanting to know any kind of vehicle? Is that what he's asking?
I think he's asking if they, hire, lease, or use a vehicle. I think that came up, wasn't there an ice cream truck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what that is. Or a food truck, cause there's, do you wanna add in vehicle?
We got railroad boxcars.
The lanterns.
I know.
Like it.
That's what
Railroad boxcar with a light.
Shall we just, buggy? I will add vehicle.
if it would have a horse tied to it.
Or hip hop.
Okay, and then on page 5-4. Subsection B. Any such license granted for a period of days upon application as required herein above, herein and above is one word. Shall be limited to and effective only on the days set out in the license. Any such license granted for a calendar year or portion thereof upon application as required herein above shall expire at 11:59 p.m. Central Time on December 31st each year. So, he has three things he's wanting to look into, and I don't even know what he's thinking. Do you know what he's thinking here on one and then on two?
If you guys look on the back of his pages, he has the notes.
Okay.
Just the time of day changing, I don't see anything else that,
I know.
Okay.
I mean, what does the license,
I wonder if he's questioning, like, if that's too early in the morning and too late at night to be,
that's what I was saying, time of day changes if, that's what I would guess.
I mean, 9 o'clock seems kind of late to be letting.
9 o'clock's awfully late, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want anybody to come in my house anytime, but I would say 10 AM is, like, I don't know, I bet that's what he means on that.
Business hours would make more sense. Or
I
maybe-
still don't think anyone should be allowed to come to your house at 8 AM.
I'm
I
with
mean,
you
I'd
on
rather
that personally.
8 AM than 8 PM,
That's
like,
pretty late, 8 AM.
I don't,
Unless it's a tree trimmer on a Saturday trying to sell me service.
I mean, it doesn't say, it doesn't,
depends on if you're.
here's the thing is it doesn't say,
regular
it doesn't
night
restrict the days of the week. So, I mean, 8 AM on a Tuesday is different than 8 AM on a Saturday or Sunday.
owl. Oh, I'm like, I'm up at the same time anyways. I come out my house at 5 in the morning, it's 8 o'clock at night, it's pushing it though.
So,
Monday
do
through
you,
Friday.
do you guys wanna change that?
So should we set from 9 AM to 8 PM?
7,
I think that'd
That
be
would
much
be
more
seven.
practical too.
7 PM at night?
9 to
I think
7?
starting at 9 would be good.
9 to 7.
9 to 7 would be a lot better, yeah.
What time's dinner? It should be eating at dinner time.
Well, if they show up at dinner time, nobody's gonna get up and go to the door for them anyway.
If you have a Ring camera, you don't have to get up regardless of what time they get there. What do you want?
Yeah, I tend to ignore people anyway.
So 9 AM to 7 PM.
Got it.
Everybody good with that?
Any day of the week?
Except Saturdays and Sundays, or except Sundays possibly, and no daytime hours, yeah. I like Sundays.
Yeah.
Is that a change? Is it a?
I mean,
What if it's ice cream?
Yeah.
well, I was gonna say Sundays, what if you do summertime with an ice cream? Who's gonna enforce this, first of all?
Yeah.
Are we gonna like,
Well, that's a great question.
I mean, I guess here's the thing is we could just leave it as is. I mean, if you knock on my door at 8 a.m., I'm not gonna need the city to enforce it. You're gonna have a bad time.
They would rather have the enforcement.
They
than the city.
probably.
And then also section C has these times as
I
well.
think maybe the time change, yes, but not having Saturday and
I
Sunday.
was gonna say, I still think maybe the 9 to 7 PM.
Yeah.
I
9 to
think
7 and then just leave it 7 days a week.
Yeah.
All of those.
On
Okay.
both of them.
Next Amway salesperson I get, I'm sending them straight to your house. You gotta go there early though, she likes it early. Okay, page 5-7, under, 5-201. We have a definition of junk dealer as a person buying, selling, and dealing in junk. Pretty straightforward. Junk under the provision of this article shall be held to mean metal, rubber, sacks, and bags, auto tires, and tubes. So his question is, should we specify more items as junk?
Pallets.
Well, you got e-waste,
It's waste.
and there are people who will pick it up. So, I mean,
Also, by this
E-waste
definition, coins
is kind of,
are junk.
Don't we have a couple of, I know in Farmhouse, but isn't there another gentleman in town who picks up metal and he resells, like ovens and stuff like
still does.
Derek does.
yes.
I think this would be a great thing for everyone to think about what they consider junk, and bring me a list.
Whoever makes money, they're gonna be junk.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Well, you could
do we have a
maybe
permit issue
include
for
e-waste
junk
in it.
dealing
Huh?
in the city limits?
Maybe include
This is
e-waste
literally
in
the
it.
first time I even knew this was in our code, so I
That's the
can't
old
tell you
saying,
in 20
one
years if
man's
someone's
junk
coming
is
out
another man's
with permits
money,
to sell
so.
junk.
Well, I mean, if you're defining junk
No,
as
I'm not
metal,
being
then
funny,
technically a
but-
coin dealer is a
Sounds
junk
like
dealer.
I can remember when I first got on council,
Any,
Yeah.
almost
came in
anything.
and he was supposed to come in yearly to update the
Firearms.
council on his junk down there and
Firearms.
never seen him since then, and so I'm
Just
like, I
thinking of
like
metal
didn't know that
things.
he probably should have a permit to store his
Yeah.
junk and deal it down there.
Literally learning something new tonight, guys.
Are we expanding junk? Do people want to think about what they want to have junk?
I just didn't know that you had to
I,
get a
I
permit to sell
have people
junk.
coming through wanting to buy batteries all the time. I
Batteries,
mean, so many different things.
but again, that goes into e-waste too.
Have you read the dealing with minors? It shall be unlawful for junk dealers to take, purchase, or receive any junk from any person under the age of 18 years, or from any person in a state of intoxication, or from any person known to be a thief or an associate of a thief.
Or horse thief.
What in the heck?
Well, you never know, they might be going by the city building or the power plant and stealing copper.
This reminds me never so angry.
I'm like, I don't know how you enforce somebody dealing in junk that they can't buy from somebody that's a thief.
I don't know if you've ever even seen it.
I know at this point, I mean, I obviously was there for the 03 and the 2015 recodification, so.
I mean,
Oh.
if they come in and tell me they're gonna be selling something,
Yeah.
I'd make them
When
get a
we did
It hit me as
driver's
soon as I
license.
looked at you.
I mean, my God, this
Yeah,
is from.
So I had to help retype it in 03, and then I just got on city council and I had to sit down and go through recodifying again. And here I am, like 20 years later, still at it.
If they're selling it, I'd make them get a peddler's license, but I didn't know there was a,
Well, they have to get a junk permit.
I guess so, I mean, this is a whole new form in our office, I don't even know what to say about this.
We got work to do.
There's some things.
And
in
make
it
sure you
that
put on there
make
that they
sense.
cannot buy from a minor, some person intoxicated, or a thief, or somebody that associates with
And,
the
and
thief.
listen, at this point, I've been looking at this stuff long enough that there was a word in there, I did not think it was gonna be associate when I first read it, so I'm just saying that. And that is, that's interesting. That's all I'm gonna say, that's interesting.
Or a
Anything else on that?
receiver of stolen property.
I guess we can,
I'm not sure we're gonna have to have a spreadsheet for all the thieves then, and then keep track of that, or what are we doing there, guys?
Technically, a receiver of stolen property would, if someone, if it's recovered it and it's given back to the sheriff's office, then technically the sheriff or their deputy would be a receiver of stolen property.
So don't sell them any junk. Or buy any.
Or
from
buy
them.
any junk.
Don't buy any junk from the sheriff.
Can we just prohibit junk dealers in town?
Dan, do you run any property cleanup, do you run any junk items other than what's on this list that you see often?
Pallets.
Pallets, shingles maybe?
chemical parts.
This goes back to, I think everyone should make a list of what they think is junk and give it to me. Because if we were going to sit here and brainstorm it, we could probably do that for about 45 minutes.
This is crazy.
Okay, so, I guess we'll go to the next one then. 5-8, page 5-8, kind of alludes to what we talked about at the beginning. On, this, 303 at the bottom, he just has chief of police, or sheriff. So we kind of already covered this ground.
Traveling shows. Traveling shows. Oh, I missed that at the top.
Yeah.
What kind of travel shows?
It's that one that back in beverages.
Show?
Only if
I'm
they
surprised the
cut
traveling shows don't have restrictions like the beverage code section.
I think it'd be more applicable here.
off, and I watch them.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's, I don't know that it's needed in the beverage section, but I understand why it's there.
But traveling shows, I think you'd have a little
It
more
might
restriction.
apply
That's
more
the way it's
there
going.
than-
Yes,
Like the circus.
that's what I'm saying.
We're not gonna stop.
Oh, years
Yeah,
ago?
'cause there was always some good ones there.
Do you want me to just cut it from one section and paste it?
Like every other section, you just put it in there.
Not beverages. You can do that where you're selling beverages, but God forbid you come through town with a traveling show doing it.
Don't be on the trailer as you go through.
I think article about it.
Okay. I'm sorry, David.
Okay, page 5-9 under section 402 here, on the bottom line, it says experience of the applicant, comma, it has he, and he has, a note here, I'm assuming it's supposed to be he/she.
Got it.
Real quick on the insurance, do we wanna check on that? Add it to your insurance list on tree shrub landscaping contract, just to make sure the 300,000 combined single coverage is
Yeah.
good.
And what does he want to do? Can't figure out
What page are you on?
what to here. The misspelled word, horticulture sword.
I would think this would want to be same person, wouldn't it, instead of some person? You got that one?
No, I just lost. Hold on, my VPN just kicked me out. Give me 1 second.
Tourism,
Do you think maybe, cause I mean, some person, same person who has a residential again.
What do you want?
Sorry, I just lost. Okay,
So
where are you?
it's correct.
Where are we?
I think
5-406,
Okay,
it's highlighted, we're questioning, it shall be the duty of any such applicant or licensee who is a non-resident of Kansas to appoint in writing, which appointment must be filed with the clerk of the Cheyenne County District Court, some person who is, shouldn't that be same person who is a resident of Cheyenne County, on whom service may be held
hold
in
on.
any sort, instead of any port,
No, in any tort.
okay.
Tort, like an action in tort or contract.
Oh, okay.
Tort is a type
Okay.
of,
But should that be
Tort is a type of
same
lawsuit.
person
Hold on,
instead
hold
of
on.
some person?
hold on.
I don't know what he's alluding to here.
No, because if you read it without the commas, some person is correct. It shall be, so, taking out
Okay,
the
gotcha.
comma part, it shall be the duty of any such applicant or licensee who is a resident of non-Kansas to appoint in writing some person who is a resident of Kansas.
Okay.
If you put same person who is a resident of Kansas, we haven't already talked about a resident of Kansas. But I don't know
I don't
why,
know why he has that
I
highlighted.
don't either.
I don't know why, unless it's with the district court, appointment of agent for service of I mean, I guess we could say, I don't know why they would put the appointment on file with the Cheyenne County, I don't know why they would put it on file with the Cheyenne County District Court, that's my question, I mean, you're gonna open a court case to, I mean, you can't file something unless you get a case number for it. So I don't know if we wanna put to appoint in writing, which appointment must be filed with the clerk, with the city clerk? With City Hall? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me why you would open up a court case.
Maybe that's why he has it
Maybe it
highlighted,
is.
I don't know.
Must be I think we just put the appointment must be filed with City Hall, so if there's somebody who's not in the, somebody who gets a tree trimming permit that's not a resident of the state, then they have to appoint a resident, basically what it is they have to appoint a resident agent. This is a whole lot of words to say, they must appoint a resident agent.
Yes,
So,
a whole lot.
so we'll just put City Hall to District Court, cause I don't know why, I can tell you right now, Angie's gonna be like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
So we'll just put City Hall.
Well, guys, do we want to,
That's 5, we only have,
We only have 18 more to go. No. I vote we do another day.
With coffee.
with coffee, yes.
That is not a deadline of farm return or any tax returns.
That would give us time to read over to make my own.
yeah, right.
Right.
Well, we did almost pass through, didn't we?
The end chapters, there's quite a few of the end chapters that are really
We made it
small.
through the longest, I think.
Well, yeah, yours was the longest.
Are we
You
okay with any of this stuff right here?
Other than, when do you guys want to get together again?
We have 5 Mondays this month. Do you want to do like the 5th Monday this month?
Let me just tell you this, I'll be gone on 23rd. That's it. Until the end of May.
Until when?
Mhm.
What did you say?
I'll be gone on March 23rd, but then I won't be gone again until the end of May.
I thought you said you were going to be gone like from March
Oh.
23rd until the end of May. I was like,
All right.
that's quite all right, Snowbird.
Oh, I think this is yours.
Do you want to look at that second meeting, you said the 23rd?
It's a meeting.
Texas.
I know. What's everybody's thoughts?
We could do the 16th or the 31st.
Thirty-first is a Tuesday,
30th, 16th or the 30th.
if you wanna,
I can't do the 30th. I might be able to do that other thing.
The 30th, I'll be gone.
That'll be gone on the 30th. Larry has a meeting. What about the 16th? What about in 2 weeks?
just wanna have a solid month or 2 months of Monday evening meetings.
I'll be gone.
When would you want to do it in May? I mean, the last time the last time I reviewed this was 2023. So you guys tell me.
Well, are we under any kind of a time frame to have this codified?
We've been at it for 3 years.
Other than the fact that I reviewed it other than the fact that we started it in 2022, I reviewed it in 2023, sent everything out in 2023, and it wasn't until last year that we actually.
But back then, you were having to use your red lantern. We're advanced.
I was.
You were still cleaning your bedpans out in the
But
slop closet.
I know, my goodness.
I don't care if you guys, if the 16th is.
I mean, we can do.
Did somebody say the 16th doesn't work?
I have to say, we could just do a couple of them each Monday, you know, what's going on.
I mean, as much as we went through.
I was gonna say, I think the other chapters are shorter.
Yeah, I think we'll get through the rest of it in another,
8's fairly long,
it's fairly long.
fairly long.
But 8, I don't know if you had a
The health and,
did you have a lot of?
I need to reread.
Okay, I was gonna say, because a lot of that is, I mean, a significant portion of 8 is property cleanup. And if we're gonna be changing that process, it's gonna be a whole thing. I mean, I would think that we just went through on getting the process like right in place over the last like year or so. So I don't know that I mean, obviously if you have comments, but I don't know that 8 is gonna be that much, I mean, with a significant portion of it being property cleanup, I don't know that it's gonna need to be revised.
Because a lot
Yeah.
of it's already been done.
Yeah. I guess my thing is that if we don't do it,
We need to do it while it's fresh in everybody's mind.
right, but
If
also
we
if
do
we
a
don't,
couple, The next meeting, and if we need a special meeting later, we can do that.
I just think we do, I would think the 16th, because if our regular meeting goes long, I mean, unless somebody has a problem with that, if we don't get it done by the end of March, I will not be available until May to do it.
Well, let's just plan the 16th.
Let's get it done, Mark.
I was gonna say, if we start at 7, we've already got almost half of it done, I think we could get another half done.
Mhm.
I mean, there's a lot more chapters, but I think
I'll bring a coffee pot.
Bring a Keurig with some water.
What about people that don't drink coffee?
We like to eat?
Go back to Russia.
Go what?
Communists don't drink coffee.
Well, we can't bring anyone.
Actually, the most famous coffee is Cuban coffee, and I think they are
Well, that's true.
communists, so
This is true.
the argument against that.
alright, so
16th
16.
at 7. Go team.
16th at 7. I would have forgotten that before I get through the door.
We'll have a reminder next Monday. We'll see each other 4 Mondays in a row.
Yeah.
You said what day?
16th at 7.
Okay, I won't be here either, so. I'll
Do
be-
we have your notes?
I'll be-
Amanda has your notes.
Yeah, I'll give them back to him.
I'll be in Washington then.
Okay. You gave them back to Bud,
Mhm.
but he can give them back to you.
I got 'em.
Maybe if we have time on the 9th, we could go through his chapters.
Sounds great.
Will that work, everybody? That work? Unless you have some input.
I might be back in time, but that's my flight home that day, so I don't know if I'll make it.
Okay.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited to go to work. Do we need a motion to adjourn?
Yes. David, Larry. Sorry, Jamie, so the first person to stand up is for motions.
Okay.
So David stood up, he made the motion, Larry seconded, all in favor?